Radio, the sports leaders in South Central Utah, now present another exciting high school football game broadcast. This sports broadcast is brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. And now, let's go live to the football field for simulcast coverage of high school football on Mid-Utah Radio and Centricom Channel 10.
We welcome you to Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman, Utah for the 3A state semifinals. It's the one-seeded Morgan Trojans and the four-seeded Manti Templars, a rematch on this exact same field from a season ago, a season that saw Manti go to its first state championship since 2013. On the flip side, the Trojans have come out with a vengeance this season, have not lost since that semifinal game a year ago. And it's not just that they haven't lost. I don't know that they've trailed at any point throughout this season. It's been a wild ride. We welcome you once again here in beautiful Harriman, Utah, one of the better views you'll have in a football stadium. My name is Tanner Wilkinson. I'll be your lead play-by-play man this afternoon. Joining me in the booth, Templar expert Gregory Sterner. Greg, great to be back with you. We're sitting in the same seats we were sitting in nearly 365 days ago. Right. Different time. That was the night game because it was the 2-3 matchup. But now today the 1 versus 4, excuse me. And boy, things look a little bit different on the Morgan Trojan side of things. We knew that was going to be a challenge for Manti last year. We know it's going to be an even bigger challenge today. This team has just steamrolled through their schedule. Good teams, bad teams. They don't care who they play. The Morgan Trojans have shown up and shown out this season.
I've talked to people all week around town. You know, we chit chat with people. Yeah. They ask what's going on. Steamroller was the word that I've used multiple times. So it's funny that you use that, Morgan. And we're going to talk about this more, but overall on the season, they've scored. How many points has Morgan scored? 551. How many have they given up? 53 points all season. In region, 5 games, 300-3 is the scoring margin, folks. It's absolutely insane what this Trojan team has done. They're a built team. A lot of the same guys from last year, if you're a Manti fan. And you know, you haven't tuned into Morgan a lot this year. You're going to hear a lot of the same names. They're 1 year older. And yeah, Morgan's been a great team. I'm assuming we're going to go to Manti next, so I won't go to Manti. But, yes, Morgan has been wonderful, living up 100% to that number 1 seed.
On the flip side, you read my cue perfectly there.
There you
nonverbal cue, not even a nonverbal cue. You just read my mind.
Just know
over the years, yeah. Manti's come in again, very high-powered offense, very much wanting to throw the football. Season ended on kind of a question mark note. That game, you were not with me, which is always weird when I do a Manti game and old Greg is not to my hip. But Mason Starkweather goes down after a rain delay, unfortunate knee injury, will not play for the rest of the season. But tell you what, they lose that game to Juab, give up 38 points. Good adjustments in a 2-week span, I tell you. As I was getting those up, I was down in Kanab. We kind of had to mix some things up last week. I wasn't expecting to go to Kanab, but there I was, and getting those updates was kind of stunned, to be honest with you, because of what I had seen 2 weeks before. A lot of good adjustments by this Manti staff. Different quarterback in, Carter Mason, who showed we don't just have one gunslinger on this roster.
Right. And again, talking to people around town in the Manti Ephraim area, before that game, a lot of people asked me what I thought Carter Mason was going to do. And I said, look, you can't replace Mason Starkweather. The kid's thrown for just under 8,000 yards, 96 touchdowns, 10th all-time any classification with 96 touchdowns. So if I say good things about Carter Mason, I'm not speaking negatively about Mason Starkweather because that's tough to replace. I worried more about losing Carter as a receiver, though, because Carter's played so much quarterback all through the season. He's your starting receiver. Plus, he's playing the full JV game the night before at quarterback. So it's
playing safety,
plenty of time out there. So I knew they would be okay with Carter Mason, though. I knew they'd be okay. He was better than okay against Juab. 26 of 32 for 279 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Fred Takiaho called me after that game last week, and I asked him about those adjustments that you had just mentioned, Tanner.
Right. How do you go from giving up 38 to 0?
He told me a few of those things.
Yeah.
And you know, you don't need to repeat those on the air, but he told me a few of those things. And after he called me, I went back and watched the game. that coaching staff, man, they had a plan, and it was fun to go watch it after he had told me what the plan was going to be. They executed it perfectly. We give away an MTCC player of the game every game, and I mentioned, we gave it to Ty Pringle, but I mentioned, boy, if we could give it to that coaching staff, they deserve it, because the Templars did great things. They held you had Brock Richards run for 140-something yards and multiple touchdowns against them 2 weeks earlier. They held the whole Juab team to 42 rushing yards and 107 pass yards. So,
now I've done a lot of Juab over the last couple weeks. Brock Richards, well, the Richards in general, but Brock, you don't hold him under 100 yards as a single, just a single rusher. So that's an impressive number to take a look at. We're going to continue with our pregame show next. Pregame brought to you by our friends at Snow College. There's something for everyone at Snow College. Dive into the action and make unforgettable memories today. Visit snow.edu for a full list of what's happening on campus. Snow College, your community college. Got Professor Wilkinson tuning in this afternoon from down at Snow College, and yeah, obviously that's not me. So go sign up and take nutrition, folks, down at Snow.
Your better half. How's that?
Yeah, that's a very good way to put it. Yeah, a very, very good way to put it. We'll take a break here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
Alright, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
In the days of the mountain men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cache because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. This spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in San Pete County. They are Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
This is more than just a job. It's about caring for our neighbors, our friends, and our families who trust us by placing their lives in our hands. There's nothing more precious than a human life, and we all honor that responsibility. Beginning in 1932, we've been standing ready to serve our communities with dedication, accountability, and a servant heart. And most of all, human connections.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
Alright, this round's almost over.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome you back on in. Snow College sponsoring our pregame show. Snow is your community college. Join Snow on campus to cheer on your favorite teams, experience the magic of live theater, and take in an art show. Connect with friends and family in a vibrant community atmosphere. Tanner Wilkinson, Greg Sterner with you here at Zions Bank Stadium. Again, Greg, great view that we've got here. It's a good – there's not a lot of bad views in football at the end of the day because you're watching football. But, boy, tell you what, across the state, we've got a lot of good views, no matter where you tend to be watching.
Got Kennecott to the left over here. You got the Salt Lake Valley to the right. It's a fun one.
Yeah.
It's a great one.
Yeah. You can see about 10 different temples, it seems like,
that's right. That's true.
at certain times. So anyway, so let's talk a little bit more about Manti's win last week against Juab. Because, again, I did that game. It was the regular season finale, lightning delay, bizarre game, injuries, wet field, some turnovers, some hectic things happen. Manti ends up giving up 38 points, holding Juab to 0 points.
Yeah, shut up.
Break that. You were there. Break it down for us a little bit.
Yeah, it was a lot better weather. Juab was slipping on the field a little bit. I thought it felt good when I walked down there before, but they were flipping a little bit. But, yeah, they held Juab to 107 pass yards, did the Manti defense, and 42 rushing yards, and a high-powered rushing offense out of the Juab Wops to hold them to just 42 yards. Got up early. In the first quarter, went up 7-0, and then got up 14-0, and so it forced Juab to throw the ball a little bit more, but just could not get the ground game going, could the Wasps, and that was because of the Templars. The Templars defense made some adjustments from that game that you're talking about, and it worked. It worked very well, 28-0, as you mentioned. Jaden Henningsen had a good game with a touchdown catch. Isaac Crowther had a run. Talapapa had a 2-yard touchdown run, and Ty Pringle also had an 11-yard touchdown pass catch from Carter Mason.
So this is interesting. Morgan's entire team is coming out for the coin toss. Now they're pushing them back now. That's interesting.
Yeah, they wouldn't let the whole team come out.
That's kind of interesting. I've never seen this before, speaking of the Trojans, we always talk about that they're big.
Look at the size.
I mean, they're big kids, but then look at how many kids they have on the roster. I mean, you look at the roster and then you look at it here, and this is like a college-level size that you're seeing on the sideline here. Which is just impressive.
Couple of big giants out there for the Trojans. Number 68, Max Sargent. You've heard that Sargent name for the Trojans for years.
Yep.
He's just a junior out there, and I don't have height and weight listed, but he's got to be 6'4", 6'5", well over 200, 250 or so. Yeah. Another big kid, 76, Bradley Walters out there as well for them. The other two out there, you got number 5, Lincoln Gilson, number 7, the quarterback, Beck Sheffield.
Captains for the Templars, you got Carter Mason out there, again now at quarterback. Lincoln Alder out there, rocking number 3 for the Templars. Mason Starkweather, of course, in the street clothes, but is out there for the coin toss. And the official is blocking our last guy, trying to get that number in. As looks like Manti's won the toss based on the body language I'm seeing out there.
I think it's Will Osborne out there as well. Nope, that's Stone Mortensen.
Stone is out there, is it?
No, well, it's Lane Cox.
It's Lane. It's number 0.
We'll just name half the team, and one of them will
eventually
be right.
You'll get it right. Yeah,
no,
one of those single-digit numbers. Yeah.
Lane Cox, let's talk about it. We got a minute here. Lane Cox last year
was coming out party.
I don't remember if he was the MVP, if we gave him the MVP, but he deserved it last year against Morgan. Morgan fans will remember him. That game would have been different. It was a 35-21 victory last year for the Templars over the Trojans. There was multiple times that Beck Sheffield tried to go down the field for the Trojans, and Lane Cox at his corner position was just in the right spot. I don't think he had a pick in that game. Gosh, don't quote me on that, but multiple pass breakups. Just where it was one-on-one on an island. When you're a corner, that's scary. But one-on-one on an island down the field, and he would just get in front, no PIs, tip that ball away, and he was an all-star last year.
Good chance we're going to see this kick early. We know if you're watching on Team Hive, it says 5 minutes. We were warned by executive producer, I like to call him executive producer, by the way, Barrett Hilton, that they kicked off early, and I like that. If you're ready to go, let's play some football. That's kind of where we're at. You wanted some numbers. Sargent, 6'5", 325 is what Max Preps lists him as.
Boy, 325.
Bradley Walters, 6'2", 293. And that's a guard. He's listed as a guard, and that's center and guard, at least listed here. I know sometimes that's not always the most accurate, but
wow, steamroller is right.
You don't say.
That. my gosh.
Well, Greg, let's talk about, you look at their region and you think, okay, Grantsville's the only team that was really worth playing in that region. That might sound a little harsh, but that was kind of the reality of 3A North this year.
Ogden had a decent year.
Sure. Yeah. But their preseason, Crimson Cliffs, one of the best in 4A, steamrolled them 41-13. Skyview on a Thursday night primetime matchup, 34-0. Skyline, Idaho, I dug in. This was their closest game. They won 26-20, did Morgan. They're the number 5 team in Idaho.
The whole state.
The whole state of Idaho.
Any classification, yeah.
So, needless to say, it has been an impressive stretch from Morgan. Now, they did give up 10 points to Canyon View a week ago, so that maybe makes you think, were they up for the chat? What was the situation like there? Well, we're about to find out here, folks. This is a Goliath. I might have said, I don't remember this for sure to quote this, but at the end of the game last year, my final call might have been Goliath goes down. Goliath got bigger in his back, so something to definitely keep an eye on. Manti is going to receive the football. Not sure how that coin toss ultimately ended up. Not sure if Manti just wants the ball first, what the situation is there, but it will be Templar football as the Morgan Trojans are going to be set to kick off. A Barclay Mechanical score update. Greg, you did that 8-man game earlier. Rich pounding Altamont. Was it 53-7, something like that was the final? 53-7. After this, another 8-man game, and then a big one between Richfield and Grantsville tonight. That should be a fascinating 2-3 matchup.
I'm excited for that one as well. Again, Grantsville came down, played a couple of the South Region teams, Juab and Manti, beat them both, but didn't play Richfield. So, yeah, that's a game that'll be fun.
Yeah, Grantsville's got a 3-0 record against 3A South teams, looking to make it 4-0 tonight. And we are about to get underway here as the Morgan Trojans will send deep. Ty Pringle.
Manti will send deep.
And it's fielded by Pringle at the 14-yard line. Ty looks to make a man miss. Cuts back upfield. Stays on his feet. A good return from Ty Pringle as he gets out to the 30-yard line. First down and 10 for the Templar offense.
Ty was our player of the game last week for the Templars. He had a pick and a touchdown catch. Played good defense on the outside. Didn't let any of those Juab receivers get open. And just a good athlete, just a junior, is Mr. Pringle.
We talked about what he would mean to this offense coming over from North Sanpete. I think he's been a better defensive player this year,
sure.
And that's not a knock on his offense by any means. He's just been phenomenal.
Fred Takiaho for Manti tried to have as many guys go one way as he could. So Ty didn't play a lot of offense, but he's out there now with Carter moving to quarterback.
We're going to have a stoppage in play here right off the bat. I don't know if it's Morgan's asking for a flag, and they give it. Do we have a delay of game situation?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the official was.
Oh, I wonder if this is a uniform thing.
Oh, did Talapapa have something wrong there? That looked like a little bit of tape or something that he took off.
And that's been a point of emphasis this year. So this will back Manti up, not the way you want to start this ball game.
Oh, but I am kind of interested in what that was.
And they mark off 15 for that? Wow.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Oh, was it a bracelet? Yeah.
So 1st and 10 right out of the gate becomes 1st down and 25 for the Templar offense. Wow. Yeah, that ain't going to fly. And look, coaches are monitoring the whole sideline now.
Yeah, looking at everybody's arms, boy.
Wow. And
no, so they're going to make it 1st and 10 from the 15. That's so a dead ball foul. So,
okay.
Yeah, sorry, a little bit of dead air.
There was some confusion out on the field with the officials. So there we go. 1st down and 10 Templars back of their 15. Mason will bring Pringle in motion, take the snap. It's a jet sweep to Ty Pringle. Ty trying to get to that edge, does so, falls forward for a gain of 2, maybe 3. Well, give him 4. Good run from Ty Pringle.
Something I like about that is you haven't seen that this year out of the Templars. That's not been something. That's a new little action there. You haven't seen that fly sweep to an outside receiver.
Give him 5. I sold him way short on that. It's 2nd and 5 now. Man comes in motion. Mason. Play fake. Carter to throw. Over the middle. He's got a man. It's Fowles. Fowles makes a man miss at the 30. Out to the 34-yard line. A good catch. Trevor Fowles, who's had a nice season for the Templars.
Trevor Fowles has come on so great late for the Templars. Coming from that Fowles family that's mainly running backs, moved to the receiver position and done a great things. Wow.
Templars go heavy left. 5 receivers as it's a throw to Pringle. Ty on a tunnel screen, looks to push forward for it and is just not going to get much there, if anything, as Pringle makes the catch and run.
Yeah, so that had to be behind the line of scrimmage because you had two on the line of scrimmage outside, and both of them went downfield. So if that pass would have been downfield, one of them would have been illegal.
2nd down and 10, no gain. Mason takes a snap, gets rid of it quickly, back to Fowles. Fowles looks to make a man miss, looks to push forward, and the Trojans corral extremely, extremely well. Tackle made by Nicholas Priest. Again, that's a name we called a lot last year.
Yeah, he is. He's an excellent defender for the Trojans. As I was mentioning about Trevor Fowles, though, moving more to a pass-happy offense of the Templars, so you move your athletes out to where they can get the ball, and he's really turned it on. 90 yards last week.
2 to either side here for Mason. 3rd and 9. Carter looks to scramble, rolls to his right. Mason's going to punt, looks to make a man miss. A flag comes in as Carter gets out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be in the area of a hold, and if you're Morgan, you likely decline this, given Carter only got a couple. See what, one interesting thing too, Greg, to keep in mind of with Carter Mason, a little more shifty than Mason Starkweather. Different athletes, both very athletic kids.
Yeah. Mason Starkweather's ran for over 1,000 yards in his career, so he's a capable runner, but shiftiness, as you mentioned, Carter definitely has got those shifty moves on the outside, and they are going to push Manti back. It looked like that's what they were saying.
Let's see. Yeah, they are, and Manti's put the special teams unit in.
Yeah, so they'll have to fix that and run another 3rd down play, give themselves a shot. And I can see why Morgan's doing that. You're playing field position right here, but if you're the Templars, you're saying to yourself, okay, we're going to make you pay for that and try and complete a pass down the field, maybe get a 1st down.
So 3rd and about 20 yards to go here for the Templars. 10-16 to go opening quarter. Scoreboard this afternoon brought to you by CO Building Systems of Ephraim. Templars looking to get another Douglas Dentistry 1st down. They do have one on this drive already. 2 to either side for Mason. Single back. Carter takes the low snap, picks it up on the ground. Carter running out of time, rolls. Still going and goes down. Number 51 for the Morgan Trojans. Got in the backfield in a hurry. Miles Sydenham with the sack. Just a sophomore comes down with the play.
Yeah, big play. And there is a flag in the backfield, it looks like.
Oh, boy. Here. Now, this is interesting.
Same official that threw that first one.
This is really interesting. Now, there's not a lot of automatic 1st downs in high school football.
Roughing, that's it. Roughing the kicker, roughing the passer.
So if this is in the area of a defensive hold or a pass interference, you probably still don't have the 1st down, but you have a much more manageable 3rd down. And officials are discussing this. This is interesting. Now we're going to get the actual call at some point. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Morgan.
So it's after the play. So you're marking it off from where the sack happened. It'll still be 4th down. So you record the sack back, what was that, about the 15, wasn't it?
Yeah.
About the 15, so it moves it up to the, we would say the 16.
Yeah.
And then the penalty moves it up to the 31.
And again, that's a difference between...
Field position, yeah.
Yeah, there's a difference between like high school and the pros, right? That's an automatic 1st down at the college level or at the NFL level. Not the case here today as Kellen Lund to punt. A good snap and some pressure got in. A great punt from Kellen. It's going to be fielded at the 30-yard line. Templars cover extremely well as Osborne had the tackle broken. Good return out of bounds to the 40-yard line. That would be one Mr. Lincoln Gilson. That's a name we're going to call a lot tonight.
Yeah, you got to get low on Lincoln. You can't try and tackle high in the open field like that. And Manti tries to tackle high, and he's able to get around the outside all the way down to the 41. You would have really pinned Morgan pretty deep with that great punt by Kellen London. They're going to go quick here. Oh.
Yeah, Trojans have 3 to the left. 2 receivers to the right side. Beck Sheffield at quarterback for the Trojans. Brings Gilson in motion. It's going to be a counter to Wilson. And he is continuing to shed tackles. Manti does a good job, though. Will Osborne learned from that last special teams play, Greg, and got him low. Only a gain of a yard.
A lot of action there for just a yard there. Yeah, Manti did a good job to read that, and Will from his linebacker position steps up. Morgan going quick again.
Boy, 2 receivers to either side here for Sheffield. Claps the hands. quick hitter to the outside. It is complete. Templars make a great hit. Ty Pringle coming up and laying the wood on Jack Hurd. It's a good gain of 4 yards. Will bring up 3rd down and 4, but an excellent play from Pringle.
Yeah, that's no kidding. Ty Pringle read that well and came up and laid the lumber. Really just a 2-yard gain. Out to the 44 is all they give him. 45.
Yeah, 2nd and 6 here for more. Well, 2nd and 6, really 3rd and 7 here for Morgan.
And I'm wondering, Morgan's going quick again. Kind of want to get into the strategy of that when we have some time here.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 receivers to either side. Sheffield takes, throws over the middle. It's high. Good catch. Templar was right there to defend Jack Hurd, and coming up with the tackle, Trace Justison.
Yeah, and going quick again, and I want to talk about, they know Manti probably needs to sub a little bit. A lot of these guys are going both ways on the line, and they're not allowing them to.
Sheffield claps the hands into Templar territory. Steps up, pocket begins to collapse. He's going to run for it, and Sheffield brought down by Mac Olson after a gain of 5 on 1st and 10.
So you don't want Manti to be able to sub, especially along the offensive or the defensive line. A lot of those guys are going both ways. Unless Morgan subs and you have to stop and allow Manti to sub, probably not going to be able to for the Templars.
3 receivers left, 1 right. A handoff left side. That is number 9 for the Morgan Trojans, Caleb Dahmer, just a sophomore. And that's going to be close to, and they give it to him.
Drew Korth that time.
Drew
Korth, yeah, other team.
My apologies, folks.
Just getting you.
Drew Korth. 1st down and 10. Clap of the hands for Sheffield. Run up the middle, and a gain of 3 on that carry. Once again, that is Drew Korth, the senior running back. Called his name a number of times a year ago.
Following those giants on the center and the left guard there. Huge kids. You mentioned them in the pregame show. 275, 325 pounds each of them.
2nd down and 7. Man comes in motion. It's a sweep left side to Gilson. Gilson brought down from behind. They want a horse collar. It's going to happen. They do throw the flag.
Multiple times that's happened this year. Mac Olson, man, the kid's just an aggressive kid out there at the defensive end, and he doesn't want anybody getting the edge on him. But I think that's the 3rd time this season where he's pulled him down from the back, and you just got to let go. You can't pull from the collar or that nameplate. It's such an easy call is the hard thing. It's right in front of an official on the edge like that.
Yep. They're having a discussion about this, which is interesting because we kind of saw it. The flag came out pretty quick. Like you just barely said, Greg, it's hard to miss. When
and of course, when I don't.
Oh, they pick it up.
See,
wow.
I don't call out kids' name very often on a penalty. You just don't want to do that.
Sure.
And here's a time that I shouldn't have, because now I look like an idiot talking about Mac out there when Mac made the tackle and did good things. So no penalty, but a 4-yard gain.
3rd down and short for Sheffield and the Trojans. Senior quarterback Sheffield takes the snap. It's a counter. Gilson on a jet sweep looks to fall for it. Templar's not going to allow the 1st down, but this is very, very much 4-down territory for the Morgan Trojans. 4th and short.
Braden Cox in on that one from his linebacker position. I missed him on a couple of plays last week. Gave credit to Colby Simons, but Braden Cox that time with the tackle.
4th and 1 would be a huge stop for Manti. Sheffield sends a man in motion, trying to go with a hard count. Now trips to the right, single receiver left for Morgan. Sheffield claps, takes, gives to Korth up the middle.
Oh, this
is very close. Going to depend on the spot.
Manti brought a nice blitz right up the middle, but I think Morgan got just enough of a push up right past the 20 to get that.
Wow. Just enough to get it. Exactly what they needed. So 1st down inside the 20 now. First red zone trip of the day for the Trojans. Sheffield claps the hands, goes quick. Alder gets in and knocks that pass loose as it was a forward pass, so incomplete. Lincoln Alder, who had a phenomenal game here a year ago and has had just a phenomenal career as a Templar.
9 sacks on the season, 19 last year for Lincoln. He got off the edge pretty quick. Most teams this year have decided to double Lincoln. I think Morgan probably doesn't think they need to, and that time he's able to beat him.
Snap. Handoff, Korth. Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable hit right up the middle. Number 22, Braden Cox for the Templars, makes a nice, just perfect form tackle. No gain on the play. It's third down.
Braden Cox has kind of been that third middle linebacker with Colby Simons and Talatala Papa, and he's spelling Colby because Colby starts on the offensive line and playing really well so far.
Third down and 10. Gilson takes the snap. Or Sheffield, throws over the middle, has a man there. It's deflected and incomplete. Intended for Lincoln Gilson. Lane Cox, something about PBUs, Lane Cox and Zions Bank Stadium as textbook getting just a finger on it.
Just enough to mess up the concentration of Lincoln Gilson. Yeah, I don't even know if he got a hand on it, but enough to at least mess up the concentration and going for it on fourth down here.
And going in a hurry. 2 receivers to either side for Sheffield. Beck claps the hands. It's a rollout to his right. Sheffield throws on the run, and that is incomplete. Excellent coverage. Templars take over. Braden Cox having himself a quarter.
Wow, what a play by Braden Cox to break that one up. And really, even if it would have been complete, wouldn't have been enough for the first down anyway. Needed to get to the 10. That was about the 12-yard line. So Templars are stout when they need to get the ball back to their offense.
Now, this is a phrase that might scare BYU fans, but bend, don't break. That's what the Templars just did. And the vibes on the sideline right now, very good for Manti. You see the staff coming out. Guys were hyped, as the kids say these days. So trips to the right, single receiver left for Carter Mason. Single back. Templars did get a first down on that opening drive, but eventually stalled and had to punt. Mason, pocket holding. Carter's going to take a shot. He's got Ty Pringle. Ty makes the catch at the 40, 45, 30, 35, 25, still on his feet inside the 20. Woo-hoo. And the Templars in business down into the red zone.
20 to 20, 60-yard pass from Carter Mason to Ty Pringle. Wow, what a pass, what a catch, what a run by Ty. Oh, and you got something in the...
Spun the ball.
So the flag comes out, and so that will be, unfortunately, an after-the-ball penalty for Manti, which you cannot do. So that'll take it to the 35. Is what it's going to be.
You love the emotion, and Ty plays with a lot of emotion, but you got to just drop that ball, run back and celebrate with your team, not over the opposing team, or you'll take those penalties like that.
Yeah,
but still a beautiful play by Ty Pringle to get the ball that far down the field.
Big opportunity for the Templars. And tell you, we talked about Carter Mason being a darn good quarterback, folks. That is as on the money of a throw as you can make, that deep out.
Yeah.
Ball at the 35-yard line for the Templars. First down and 10. They go trips left, single receiver right with Talatala Papa as Carter Mason's running back. Mason takes a snap. It's a play read. Carter gets to the outside. Mason's got some space. Good blocking from Stone Mortensen on that edge, and a good pickup from Carter on first down.
Yeah, great run on first down. I think they're going to say he stepped out about the 30, so just a 5-yard gain. Looked like a little bit more from where we're sitting, but stepped out a little bit sooner than I thought, but still a nice run on first down.
2nd and 5. Trips to the left. Templars will go 2 right. Empty set here for Carter Mason. Carter standing at the 35. Ball will be snapped from the 30. Carter steps into it, takes the snap. Back to pass pocket, holds well. Carter pumps and then goes down. That pump usually buys you time. It did not in this case. A big sack for the Morgan Trojans. Number 26 coming up with that. Crew Galbraith with the sack.
Carter's got to realize, Carter Mason for the Templars has got to realize you got to be quick. You got to be quick. You got to get that ball out of there. That one time he held it a little bit longer, though, to go against what I'm saying right now. He found Ty Pringle deep. But it's got to be pretty quick for Carter, or that defense is going to be right on top of you.
It's a loss of 10. Ball at the 40. 3rd down and 15 for Manti. Likely 4-down territory here as well for the Templars, depending on how you want to play this. See if you get 2 plays in here. Empty set again for Mason. Trips to the left. 2 receivers to the right side. Carter takes the snap. It's a 3-man rush. Carter's going to fire high and incomplete. He's just trying to get that to Lane Cox. 4th down coming up here for Manti.
Yeah, it looked like Lane just went a little bit more shallow than Carter thought he was going to, just trying to fit in between that defense. And Manti, with 15 yards to go for a first down, they are going to punt, play the field position game.
So Manti, again, a big 60-yard play. 15 of that was called back due to a penalty after. And the punt unit is out, trying to pin Morgan out on the field after getting the 4th down stop. And keep in mind, Carter Mason is the punter.
He's the punter right now. I mean, the first time it was Kellen Lund.
Yes.
So maybe I'm wondering if Carter, two reasons. Number one, you have the opportunity of possible fake, obviously.
Sure.
And then I wonder if Carter maybe can directional kick a little bit better.
Yeah, this is going to be a shorter punt than you'd probably have on occasion. Now, another penalty comes out.
Yeah, I think they thought Manti moved early, but now the officials are talking. Maybe they say it was more of a shift adjustment.
Yep. We'll see. Or is this on Morgan? Oh, they're going to say the Trojans jumped.
Oh, okay.
So now 4th and 15 becomes 4th and 10.
I think from the 35, I think you go for it. I think you change up.
This is interesting here. Or were you planning on running a fake the whole time?
Oh, boy. I don't know that I punt on 4th and 10 from the 35. And I
Coach D'Acchiaho is going to take the timeout here.
Yeah, I don't think you go with a fake punt either, because you're not going to fake anybody out there. So anyway,
interesting. Timeout's taken. We'll take it as well on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Looking for the perfect color for your next paint project? Hermanson's Hardware in Ephraim has your solution. With their state-of-the-art color matching equipment and over 350,000 colors, anything is possible. Bring Hermanson's any size sample or your favorite Pinterest pin and they can scan or match across all brands of paint. They've successfully matched paint colors from pillows, stucco, rock, paint cans, signs, plants, and more. Their high-quality finishes from Pratt & Lambert and Best Look will give you the professional results you're looking for. Don't put off those paint projects any longer. Drop by Hermanson's Hardware in Ephraim. It's how going to a hardware store should be.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Big 4th down here, and
Live
looks like
high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10.
Oh yeah, so do I. 35-yard line, and I'm usually the type of guy where even if you're in the opponent's territory, I'm okay with playing field position early in a game, but not on the 35. You got to trust your offense enough to at least give yourself a shot from the 35 with 4th and 10.
4th down. Mason takes a snap. Trojans send 4. Carter throws sideline. Stone Mortensen, did he get 1 foot in? He did. What a conversion for the Templars. You only need one at the high school and college level, and Stone Mortensen for sure got one in.
And Stone is so good at that. And you see the running back. You see the running back stay in the backfield and pick up that blitz. I think it was Talapapa.
Yes.
Yeah. That's huge. That's huge. You had a Morgan Trojan defender coming right at Carter Mason. So that max protect helped.
2 receivers to either side for Mason. Single back, 1st and 10, inside the 30, inside the 25. Carter fires for the end zone, has Talapapa there. It's a one-on-one, and just through the breadbasket of Talapapa. It falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
It looked like Tala slowed down just a little bit that time. Maybe could have just ran under that one.
So it'll be 2nd down for the Templars. Here's something interesting, Greg. Some separation being had with these Templar receivers. They're getting room.
A few of them. Yeah, absolutely. I was pointing at your phone there. We got a text from our buddy. I don't
Rick
know
Robinson, who will do 2 games with me later this afternoon and evening. He officiates. He's like our in-studio ref that they always have, in a way. Yeah. Except Rick's always right. Not to pull an Al Michaels here, but we'll get to that after this play. 2nd down and 10. Trips to the left. 2 receivers right for Carter. Brings a man in motion. It is Talapapa. And the play is blown dead. We're going to call delay a game on this. So Templars will be backed up again. That's another penalty for Manti. Is that penalty number 2 for the Templars, or 3? It's not been good for Manti either way.
Yeah.
But getting to Rick's thing, one of the penalties was picked up, and it was that potential horse collar. Now, the player needs to be pulled sideways or backwards, and because he fell forward, you can have your hand on that part of the jersey /plate/pad. You just can't pull them backwards.
There you go. Appreciate.
So there you go. Big shout out to Rick.
Appreciate Rick back in the studio in Los Angeles.
3rd down and 15. Mason. Pocket collapses. Has got to get rid of it. Throws a beautiful ball for Talapapa. He cannot hang on to it. On 2nd and 15, it now will become 3rd and 15.
Yeah, Talapapa just snuck out of the backfield there. He was more of a decoy, just bringing the defense over to him, and then, oh boy, Carter put it right on him, and Talamida got into the end zone with that one.
So now 3rd and 15. Templars have been behind the chains a lot on this drive, despite getting this far into the Trojans' territory. 2 receivers either side. Man comes in motion. It's fouls. Mason takes the snap. Oh, it goes hard count here. Now we'll get a new call in from Coach Shumway. Play clock at 12.
You're seeing Morgan at least showing blitz with those 2 inside linebackers. Let's see if they come.
Play clock's at 5. Mason claps the hands. Carter, one-on-one for Mortensen. Stone looks to locate and is just overthrown. No one was going to get that football. Incomplete. 4th and 15 now for Manti. And again, this deep in, you just kind of have to go for it.
Might as well, yeah. If you remember last year, Stone Mortensen caught one in the end zone like that. Carter Mason had some touchdown catches too. I think Stone had 2 last year, if I remember right, in this game.
Yes.
But caught one in the corner of the end zone, similar to that in that game last year. So you don't blame him, give him a shot.
So it'll be 4th down and 15 for the Templars. This is a big, big one for Manti. Trips to the right, 2 receivers left. Templars converted on the last 4th down, Greg. Let's see what they can do here. Need to get inside the 14. Snap Mason. Carter. Pocket collapses and he goes down at the 35. That's another sack for Krug. Galbraith, who already had one on this drive. Both teams force 4th down turnovers. The Trojans now back out with 3:54 to go in the opening period.
Turnover on downs by both teams here in this first quarter. Defenses, well, you said it, bend and don't break, both teams so far.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Morgan's going quick out of the break, Greg. They just not messing around. Sheffield to throw, and Osborne fell down, caught by the receiver on the outside, and he's forced out of bounds. That is Jack Hurd wearing number 1, who already has a couple catches now in this ball game, gets a first down for Morgan.
Yeah, and Will Osborne might have been in the right spot.
Yes.
Just wasn't able to back up enough for that one.
First down and 10. Sheffield takes the snap, quick hitter. It's batted in the air, and it's intercepted. The Templars get it back at the 49-yard line.
Jacob
Cox. Goodness, Jacob Cox.
Being right there when he needed to. Mac Olson gets his hands up there, knocks that one in the air, and Jacob Cox from a defensive tackle position goes and gets it.
There are few things I love in football more, Greg, than when a D lineman gets his old big paws up on a pass and then rewards his brother by getting the interception.
That's right. I said that in the last game that me and Robert Lovell were calling. I said almost the exact same words right there. Give the ball back to your team at midfield. What a play. Jacob Cox with, in his high school career for sure, his first interception. I was about to say first interception of his life. I don't know that, but I'm assuming.
Big, big play for the Templars, and they get the ball starting in Morgan territory. Got to take advantage now of the turnover. Trips to the right, single receiver left for Carter Mason. Talapapa at his hip. Snap Carter. It's a give to Tala. First run of the game for the Templars, and it goes not very far. So we'll bring up.
Talapapa's ran for about 450 yards this season. A lot of his productivity is catching the ball. He's caught over 40 passes for, again, over 400 yards out of the backfield. But, yeah, running game hasn't been a strength of the Templars this year.
So that'll bring up second down. Mason play fake has Stone. Stone Mortensen making the catch and falling forward. And it's a good gain from Stone out. You're going to make this 3rd and short, about a gain of 8. Maybe 9.
Down to the 41-yard line, just a quick hitter out there. I like that. If they give you a little bit of room on the outside, hit Stone, let him do some things. He'll make guys miss.
3rd and short for the Templars. Need to get to the 39. Mason, a low snap, play fake, just nowhere to go. Carter looks to make a guy miss, and there's just another one there. The bad snap kind of set that up for failure. You don't see a lot of those from Max Takiaho.
Last week, there was a lot. Last week in the second half, there was a bunch of them, Tanner. And what's weird is I've talked for years now, 2 years now, about Max Takiaho and the fact that the snaps are never bad. And that's the only time you talk about a center a lot of times.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's something to do with the quarterback change.
Sure.
It's really only been to Carter Mason, but
something to keep an eye on. Kellen Lund to punt. And this boot is high and is going to take a bounce inside the 10, inside the 5, right around the 5. So Manti flips the field again. Morgan's going to have to go 95 yards. I think they'll play it at the 6 officially. So good punt from Kellen.
Excellent kick, and kick away from the return man over to the corner, and then use that bounce to get it down inside the 10-yard line. You gotta hand it to a punter that does that, coming off the offensive line to go do that.
So a long field here for the Trojans. Manti got a turnover, but then it was a quick 3 and out. See what Morgan does here as Sheffield claps the hands. It's going to be a give, and a good stand from Manti, not given much room there. to the Trojans.
It's been one of the tough things on defense for the Templars all year has been runs, and especially runs right up the middle. A lot of that this year. Richfield, Grantsville, first time against UAB. They've done well so far against Morgan.
2nd down and 10. No gain on the play for Drew Korth. Sheffield looks to get rid of it. It's complete, and a good catch for a first down. Still staying on his feet. It's going to take a whole slew of Templars to bring down number 14, Boston Zach. Another name we called a few times last year. He gets a first down.
Yeah, and I talked about it on the Manti side. If you give a little bit of room to those outside receivers, if you got a quarterback that can put it on the numbers after one quick move, good things happen, and that did right there.
And Manti's going to have to call a timeout as they were trying to sub.
Yeah, I don't know why you would try and sub there, especially your corner on the other side of the field. Yeah, so I get it. You want to talk to Ty Pringle, but not the time to do it.
Yeah. It's another timeout. We'll take it on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back on in on our scoreboard. It's brought to you by CO Building Systems, roof and wall panels and all the trimming at the best prices anywhere. That's CO Building Systems. Still scoreless with 1:25 to go. It has been a defensive battle, Greg, here early. First down for Sheffield.
I would talk, but they'll go so quick that I'll just let you.
And this play is now blown dead. False start on Morgan. So very penalty-laden first quarter here.
Really, both teams.
Yes.
Yeah. So you saw Ty Pringle come out of the game. You got Stone Mortensen that came in. Stone played. He had 6 interceptions last year. He was a great defensive back. But again, as I talked about, Coach Fred Takiaho and his staff are trying to get Manti to go more both one way, like the Morgan Trojans, like some of these bigger schools that have more numbers. And so Stone hasn't played a ton of defense. Ty Pringle got the advice from his coaches, and he's back in.
Yeah. First down and 15 now following the penalty. Sheffield's going to load up, go long. Lane Cox is there along with Gilson. And again, Lane Cox, call it Lane Cox Field at Zions Bank Stadium. The way this kid is playing, my goodness. Another pass breakup.
There's not many kids. I've done this for 7 years now. There's not many kids I have enjoyed watching as much as Lane Cox. I love that kid. And I was tough on him last week. He had 2 PIs on third downs that gave first downs to Juab, and I was pretty tough on him. But this game, he's doing excellent so far.
Second down and 15 now. Sheffield went long last play. Templars send 4. Throw over the middle. It's tipped. Again, broken up. Lane Cox was there along
Dax Anderson.
With Dax Anderson.
Yeah, Dax
got
Anderson.
The first paw.
Yep, he cut that route. He cut inside that route. He did that last week against Juab and got a pick. Cut inside this time, tipped that one away, and then Lane Cox, after the ball's touched, there's no more pass interference. You can go destroy a receiver if you want to, and Lane Cox did a great job to knock the receiver down there.
Textbook. Third down and 15. Big third down for the Templar defense. Templars show blitz and bring it. Throw. Complete. Pringle brings him down. It's going to be fourth down. Another slant route to number 14. Making that catch is Boston Zach. Ty Pringle doing a nice job.
Watch this replay. Ty Pringle goes to the outside, goes out and talks to his coaches. And what does he do this time? Doesn't try and jump the route. He knows they've got over 10 yards to try and get a first down. Stay behind him. Give him 8 yards. I don't care. And then go make a tackle. And that's what Ty did. And he'll go back to receive this punt now.
So the Templars again force it. This is the first punt of the game for Morgan. Manti's got it back. Turnover on downs and interception. And now via punt. So first punt return opportunity. It's a bit of a low kick. Takes a bounce at about the 45, and Ty's just going to let it roll. As it takes a friendly Morgan bounce. Wow, down to the 32, 31-yard line. First down and 10 Manti from the 31.
And Ty this year has kind of taken gambles on a lot of those this year, and it's paid off. He hasn't had any fumbles or anything. This one, he's just a little bit too far away. I think if he would have been a step closer to that one, even after it hit, I think he would have went and tried to catch that one off the bounce.
All right, Greg, what does Manti's offense need to do a little bit differently here?
I don't think you have to do anything differently. I think they've been moving the ball well. They just haven't pushed it into the end zone. I think keep doing what you're doing. I don't know that you can let a lot of things develop down the field. I think if you're Carter Mason, you got to go quick and get those quick hitters to your receivers when they break open.
I like the answer. Don't always have to change. Screenplay, it's batted in the air and incomplete. Talk about guys getting hands up at the line of scrimmage. Want to say it was that Tate Steele that got his paw on that one, Greg? Let's see on this replay. Yeah, it was Tate. Phenomenal. Talk about having a Steele as your last name and being a defensive end. That
better be good at defense.
I was going to say.
Yeah, that's a great defensive name.
That's a perfect last name. You don't say.
And they were setting up that screen for Talatapapa. Might have had a little bit of room, but you know, when you're setting up a screen, you let those defenders come through, but that was a little too quick even.
Trips right, 2 receivers left for Mason. Carter takes a snap. Another low snap. Carter gets rid of it quick. Henningsen makes a man miss. Jaden, first down, out past the 44, or to the 43, where it'll be 1st and 10 Templars. Jaden Henningsen with your Douglas Dentistry first down. They've got in-house financing. Show off that smile. Templars go quick here.
I don't care if you believe me or not. I was just going to say Jaden Henningsen out of the slot on that last play that was tipped, and the clock's going to run out, so I'll just hurry and finish this thought.
Yes.
He was wide open out there, and I know it was a screen pass.
Sure.
But I was just going to say, look at Jaden Henningsen in the slot. He's fallen into that zone just right below that second level of Morgan.
Kid's making a miss like he's Darius Lassiter. We'll take a timeout as the end of the quarter happens. The Templars and Trojans tied at 0 on your CO Building System scoreboard in the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor. And the potential to take you anywhere.
Get 0% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days. Or get $6,350 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
For a wonderful shopping experience with quality and customer service that's second to none, visit Gunnison Market. The meat department carries the highest quality of meat in the United States, certified Angus beef. While the deli offers delicious made-from-scratch crab salad, coleslaw, and high-quality Columbus meats with no preservatives. The bakery features custom cakes for any occasion, cookies, rolls, and tasty donuts made fresh daily. For good old-fashioned friendly service, come see the difference at Gunnison Market in Gunnison.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back on in. End of one quarter of play. We're scoreless. Fun first quarter, Greg, for a scoreless game.
This isn't a boring scoreless game. A lot of fun out there between Manti and Morgan.
So last play of the quarter, Jaden Henningsen picked up the first down. So Templars have a fresh set of downs. 2 receivers stacked to either side. Snap Mason, pumps, gets rid of it to Stone Mortensen. It's a double play, and I think Stone threw that forward. It's complete to Talapapa at the 20. Cuts back 15, 10, 5. No the end zone. Talapapa in for 6. No flags. Templars take the lead.
You called it. I think the Morgan fans are agreeing. I think they think that was a forward pass. Ooh, and it definitely was. It definitely was when you watch that replay, unless our camera gives you a little skewed, but it looked like that was just a little bit forward. But no call. Stone Mortensen throws a touchdown pass to Talapapa, 56 yards.
Wow. Templars open up 6-0. That score brought to you by the Go Insurance End Zone. As the extra point will come here for Manti. It's a high snap. This kick is up, and it is through. So with 11:48 to go in the second quarter, Mortensen to Talapapa, and the Templars have taken a 7-0 lead here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
From sales to service and repair, we do it all. We're Skyline Motorsports. We service and repair all makes and models with the best mechanics in the valley. We'll fix you up and get you back on your way at an honest, fair price. Doesn't matter if it's your side-by-side, ATV, street bike, dirt bike, snowmobile, or your everyday yard work machines. Check out SkylineMotorsports.com. Then come see us on Highway 89, 1 mile south of Fairview. Give us a call at 427-3900. Skyline Motorsports.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Well, that was interesting, to say the least. Manti gets the points. Replay probably shows other. I shouldn't say it shows otherwise.
Yeah,
it shows otherwise.
Call it the way we see it, and Manti got a break right there. That was a forward pass to Stone Mortensen on the outside, who threw another forward pass to Talapapa, wide open down the field for a 56-yard touchdown.
This is going to be fielded at the 9 on the kickoff for the Trojans. They get to the 20, pushing on that sideline out past the 25. It'll be around the 26-27, 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
Manti's worked those double passes this year, though. Whether it's Stone Mortensen throw it, Talatala Papa has thrown one to Carter Mason down the field. They like those double passes on the outside, the little screen pass to the outside, and then hit somebody over the top. Tough to defend, and Manti's done great things offensively under Coach Cam Shumway today and all season.
Last 2 years since he's been the OC, it's just been phenomenal stuff.
Sure.
Gilson goes in motion. It's a give to Gilson right side. Templars convene again right at the line of scrimmage. Greg, the adjustments over the last 2 weeks have blown me away.
Yeah.
Just blown me away for the last 5 quarters.
Playing with a violence that I haven't seen earlier in the year. You know, they could have used a little bit of this against Richfield earlier this year.
Grantsville, the likes
right.
of it,
yeah.
Sheffield back to pass, 2nd down and 10. Sheffield looks to escape, does so. Tug of the jersey, and he's met by Mac Olson and a slew of other Templars. It's only going to be a 2-yard gain. It looked like Sheffield might have had a step, but that little tug of the jersey slowed him down just enough.
Jacob Cox is not going to go in the stat book at all on that play right there, but he slowed him down enough for Mac Olson and other Templars to come and make the stop.
Trojans go fast again. 3rd down and 8. Trips left. Sheffield claps the hands. Templars send a blitz. Fires, and it is caught. Gilson over the middle. 50, 30, 45, 35, 30. Inside the 20. Tackled from behind. A touchdown-saving tackle from Ty Pringle inside the 10. As, boy, what a delivery from Sheffield as he was about to get rocked.
Watch this replay. 13, Trace Justison comes in front of it, thinks he can get that pick. And the problem with that, if you're the safety, you're no longer a safety if you step in front of the play like that. And, you know, if he makes a play, knocks it down or gets the pick, obviously you're rewarding him, but you got to call it as I see it. And that's really what happened was Trace just couldn't get high enough to knock that one down. And so Gilson's able to go all the way down the field.
And Gilson's the man down. We'll take an injury timeout on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
If you've ever ridden an ATV, you know how much fun they are. They're helpful for small jobs, too. Our credit union is your first stop for an ATV loan. Since we are member-owned and not-for-profit, it's a smart stop to make.
Utah Heritage Credit Union, your local credit union. Federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
When you need title work, title insurance, and escrow service, remember the experts at Central Utah Title in Manti. Whether you need residential, commercial closing, mortgage refinance, FHA, VA, or conventional loans, mortgage assumption, and cash transactions, consider Central Utah Title. Serving South Central Utah since 1983. 140 North Main Street in Manti for security and peace of mind in all your transactions.
This is Dave from the Manti branch, and at Zions Bank, we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. And with the branch right around the corner and the convenience of online and mobile banking, we're here for you, wherever you are. For all your personal and business banking needs, come visit us and let us show you how Zions Bank is for you.
Clean Cut Roofing and Siding.
Have you seen my turtle?
How would I know where your turtle is?
You always say you have something for everyone.
Since 2003, you get peace of mind every time with Clean Cut Roofing and Siding. Call 435-462-2160.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back on in. Good to see Lincoln Gilson get off the field after a phenomenal catch and run. 1st and goal for the Trojans from the 9-yard line. Snap, Sheffield, quarterback draw. He's tripped. I don't know that he got maybe a half a yard. They give him 1 on the play. Someone got a clip of the ankle there.
Yeah, Lincoln Gilson, you hate to see him come out of the game.
It's his own guy.
Oh, wow.
Ran into his own receiver, or his own offensive lineman, Greg.
I just wanted to give Lincoln some props
there.
Yeah, 52 catches this year, 845 yards, 9 touchdowns, and you just see the steam coming off of him. The guy's a burner.
Yes. Second and goal, tight formation for the Trojans. First time we've really seen this. It's a give to Korth. Tries to get to the outside and is swung out of bounds. Flag comes flying in here as Pringle forced him out. Not sure if there was a face mask involved. Let's see on this here.
Is that
a horse collar?
Let's see the official here.
And in this situation, not other than the down still not counting, it's not going to give him a first down. I'm not sure what that's. Oh, they say there were 2 penalties. So a face mask. I don't know what that first signal was. If it was
I thought horse collar was like this.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So here we go. Second down and goal from the 5 now. So it really gives them 4 yards on the play. Play fake. Sheffield's going to look to run it himself. Throws. Has a man there. It's a touchdown. Greg, I thought for a second, why is he throwing that? He's got a lot of green grass. Well, he had a man wide open in the back corner of the end zone. Boston Zach for 6.
Is that who it is? Yeah, Boston Zach, number 14. Good play. And you thought, like you say, Sheffield could run for that one. Had a lot of room, but delivers a strike in the corner of the end zone to try and tie this one up with the PAT. Good drive here by Morgan.
Big answer for them.
Yeah, they needed it. You bet.
Remember, Manti had him in 3rd and 8, and then it was the big long catch and run from Gilson, who's still on the sideline, by the way, being checked out by some personnel. So we'll keep an eye on that for Trojan fans. PAT's on the way, and it is through. So with 10 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here in the second quarter, it's Manti 7, Morgan 7 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back on in. Manti and Morgan tied at 7 now, following that touchdown catch from Boston Zach, the senior. How about this, Greg? 6'3", 220. They lift him as a receiver and a tight end, and that's easy to see why. Big, tall target.
That's next level type size for sure. If he wants to play at the next level, you definitely got the size for it at least.
So here we go. Trojans to kick. Templars back deep to receive. As we approach, and we'll continue play here. Opportunity for a return out inside the 10. Fouls, looks to make a man miss. Cuts upfield with a nice move. The ball is free, and the Trojans have it at the 30-yard line. Right when Manti thought they had momentum with the double pass, Morgan marches down and scores, and then gets a turnover on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, you see Trevor Fouls just coming up the field here. Makes a nice move to make a man miss and then just punches out right there. Perfect location of the helmet. Yeah, for Morgan to get that ball out. I wish I could see that number. Is it 43 that got in there? Abe Anderton. I think that might have been who it was. 27 coming off happy about that. Jake Hansen as well.
Trojans get it right back.
Huge for Morgan.
First down and 10 at the 31. Sheffield, quick hitter to the outside. It is complete and getting out of bounds for a decent gain on first down. That is number 1, Jack Hurd. Nice little slot receiver Hurd is as he scampers out there.
Yeah, have the linebacker coming after you out there. You'll take 5-6 yards on first down.
So second down and 5. Gain of 5 for the Trojans. Turnover battle is now even at 1 apiece. Sheffield back to pass. Going to take a shot in a one-on-one situation. And Manti's definitely going to get pass interference call there. Sure enough, as Anderson made the tackle on the intended receiver. Is that 11, Greg? Is that Ben Russell that was there in the end zone? Trying to get that number. It's a little bit, this angle, this one corner of the end zone is not a perfect view for us. Yeah, that's Ben Russell, number 11.
Yeah, that pass just a little bit underthrown, probably purposely, honestly. Yeah. And Dax Anderson trying to recover just doesn't turn back to it. That's tough, though, as a corner. That's tough to do anything there. And a good play by Morgan to be able to get that penalty and move the ball half the distance.
So first down and 10 for the Trojans now inside the 15-yard line, where it will be first down and 10. Can still get a first down inside the 4. Trips right for Sheffield, single receiver left. It's going to be a little counter jet sweep up the middle. A good run on first down. Taking it is number 1, Jack Hurd.
Yeah, that's tough to defend right there because you get the action going the one way. Your defensive linemen don't know where that ball is and just go right behind that huge center and guard.
Second down and 4. Gain of 6. Sheffield takes the snap to give Korth up the middle. Korth being dragged, trying to keep going. Manti does a nice job preventing the first down, but he's still got enough to make this 3rd and short.
Yeah, Colby Simon's the first one to hit there. Good effort by Korth to drag the defender, but Colby Simon's able to hang on and stop him just short of the first down.
So 3rd down and short here. 9 minutes and 5. My apologies with the sun hitting that camera. 9 minutes and remaining here before halftime. Sheffield, it's a handoff. Korth stumbles. Looks to come back the other way. Lincoln Alder was pushed out of the way as he gets a first down. It's not a touchdown, but they're going to be right at the goal line.
Yeah, I want to watch this replay here. It looks like Korth just kind of stumbled a couple of times, which really slowed him down. Yeah, good blocking out there on the outside. You wondered if it was a hold, but no.
And Morgan tried to go really quick here. A flag is thrown. They're going to say offside on Manti. And that actually probably benefits Manti in a way because Morgan was probably going to punch it in here. And probably still will, but so they do call encroachment on the Templars. Plays blown dead. So it'll be 1st and goal now from half a yard.
Yeah, it was pretty close before.
Sheffield goes under center. Brings a man in motion in a tight formation. It's a handoff. Korth, he's met and then dives in for 6. An excellent leg churning from Drew Korth, and the Trojans with their first lead of the game. 8:38 to go here in quarter number 2. 13-7 with the PAT pending.
Yeah, and you have Drew Korth get hit by Talapapa in the backfield and just fight through that hit and able to get into the end zone. Good run by Drew Korth. A couple of good runs there on the last few plays for Drew Korth.
So we'll see how this PAT lines up here for Morgan. First one, no issues whatsoever for Thomas Hicks.
Always seem to have good kicking up in Morgan.
Hicks who kicks. Dicker the kicker for the Chargers, right?
There you go.
Thomas Hicks just a junior, so he will be back. So the result of the play, I don't know why they needed to have the conversation about a touchdown. Was there a penalty after that we missed? I'm not sure what the conversation is here. The official's still looking here. They say touchdown, and then an unsportsmanlike conduct on Morgan. So is that on the kickoff, or is this going to be on the PAT here?
I'm pretty sure you can decide, can't you? If you're the opposing team, maybe not though. It doesn't look like they're looking at Coach Takiaho over there. Where's Rick?
Hicks will take and make. So with 8:38 to go before halftime, it's Morgan 14, Manti 7 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
Are you a new CDL license holder? If so, Barney Trucking would like to train and pay you to become a world-class truck driver on state-of-the-art equipment. They also provide you with reliable, courteous support, a fantastic wage, paid holidays, solid benefits, home daily schedules, paid time off, an excellent safety record, and respect. Dependable truck drivers have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. Start your outstanding career by applying today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Just a reminder, this penalty going to be enforced on the kickoff. So, yeah, that marches the Trojans back, is it to the 25? From the 40 to the 25, is that how it works? 15? You do the Utah Heritage Credit Union math, sir.
Yep, that's right.
So Morgan will send from the 25, Manti to receive. Again, if you're just joining us, you maybe went away for a moment. You're thinking Manti was up 7-0 3 minutes ago. Yeah. 2 quick touchdowns for Morgan, a catch and run that set them up in good position, and then a fumble and eventually taking advantage of that.
On the kickoff. On the ensuing kickoff, and Morgan's able to capitalize. Manti's done a good job at holding Morgan to 3rd downs, but Morgan is converting on those 3rd downs.
Fowles catches at the 25, 30, 35. Quick hole here for Fowles. Steps forward again. Another good return from Trevor Fowles as he falls forward to about the 45-yard line. A great redeeming kickoff for the young man, and the Templars back in Morgan territory.
Yeah, doing good things on the kickoffs of the Templars. This is a great kickoff return. Like I said, on that one where he fumbled, he had a pretty good return going, did Trevor Fowles. But Manti, 45 yards to get into that Go Insurance end zone for another touchdown. Try and tie this one up here.
Our good friend Spencer Dykes knows Drew Korth. We just got this text in from the wrestling.
Must be a wrestler.
He's a wrestler. If you know Spencer, you know that. They called him Hammer. That was his wrestling nickname. You can see why.
Yeah.
Trips left, single receiver right for Carter Mason to start this drive. Henningsen comes in motion. Jaden had a big catch on that last drive. It's an option read for Mason. Talapapa with some space to the outside. Good blocking. Tala shedding tacklers, gets a first down. A good 12 yards for Talapapa as he moves the sticks. That's another Douglas Dentistry first down for Manti.
Love it when Talapapa lowers that shoulder and delivers a hammer like we had just talked about.
Templars go no huddle. Mason taking a shot. Dangerous throw, and there was just no one there to end up getting it as there were two Trojans in the area with Ty Pringle. And I like for Manti to take a shot on first down. You're going quick, maybe catch him off guard. Didn't work there.
Yeah, Manti's gone quick all season, just like Morgan has been, at least today. And Manti's gone quick all season. Coach Cam Shumway likes having a couple of plays called. That one, like you say, I like taking that
call.
shot.
Yeah.
Now they'll huddle.
So 2nd down and 10. Carter Mason comes to the huddle. 20 seconds on the play clock. Again, our scoreboard brought to you by our friends at CO Building Systems. I want to thank our end zone sponsor, Go Insurance. Give them a call at 462-3333. 2nd and 10. Mason brings Henningsen in motion. Carter takes the snap. It's a design roll to his right. Carter just running out of time and probably just needs to send this away. Just throws, and it's bobbled. And is that caught? Incomplete.
Oh,
my goodness. Nearly intercepted. And then nearly caught by Stone Mortensen.
Wow. There was one of these last week where Carter Mason, you thought he was just throwing it away, and Stone Mortensen came back to it and caught the ball. It was actually one of the top 5 plays by KSL last week. Me and you and Robert had ones back to back in the top 5 plays, but this time not able to track it down, bring up 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10, as mentioned by Greg, for the Templars. Wow, that was something. We've had a couple of those in this first half.
You're seeing in the slot position, if you watch some of those slot receivers for the Templars, their defender is clear far back. So you got trips this side. If they'll just sit in that zone, I think there's probably something there.
Talapapa comes in motion. It's an option read for Carter Mason. Carter takes off, falls forward, and gets a good gain on 3rd down. That's enough for a first down. 11 yards for Cardiac Carter as he moves the sticks with the Douglas Dentistry first down. Excellent read.
Yeah, great. I was wondering if Carter was maybe getting up a little slow right there. Good job to keep that one himself, not give it. That's the hard thing if you're a quarterback. You got to make that read of the defensive end or outside linebacker, and instead of giving it to Talapapa, keeps it himself left side and gets a first down. Great run.
Templars inside the 25, mark it at the 23-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10. And give this offensive line some credit, right? A lot of them going both ways, Greg, and they're getting a good push.
Yeah.
Man comes in motion. It's Henningsen from left to right. Mason takes the snap. It's a run. Talapapa. He's met immediately. Of course, right as I say that, not such a good push there, and it's a loss of 1, maybe 2 on the play for Manti.
Yeah, nothing doing there for Talapapa. Great job by Tate Steele again for Morgan, coming from that defensive end, just crashing down and getting Talapapa from behind.
2nd down and 12.
From the side, really not behind.
Yeah. Templars get a new play call in from the sideline. Plenty of time on the play clock at 24. Mason, 2 receivers to either side with Talapapa at his hip. Takes the snap. Pressure comes. It's a one-on-one. He throws for Pringle. Ty's got a man, and he makes the catch! Touchdown, Templars. Ty Pringle in for 6 on a beautiful ball from Carter Mason.
Oh, fingertips right there. Watch this replay. Ty Pringle. Look at that. He gets just his fingertips on it and comes down with it. Wow, what a catch by Ty Pringle, and Carter Mason putting it right where he needs to.
What an answer, Greg, that drive was. Starting with, look, Trevor Fowles had fumbled on the last kick return. More than made up for it with a great return into Morgan territory. Templars do a little bit of everything on that drive and cap it off with 6. Now the big extra point. Up and ooh, this is high, and it is through. So we are tied at 14 apiece with 6:49 to go here in the second quarter. Templars and Trojans back after this on TeamHive.live and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments on time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School, I got this.
This year will be different. Visit Centracom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centracom.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back on in. Tied at 14 with 6 minutes and 49 seconds remaining here in quarter number 2. Big answer from Manti. And we'll see what adjustments they make defensively, as Morgan did have the football for a couple possessions in a row. Manti able to take advantage there. Return at the 20 for the Trojans to get out to around the 30, 31 forced out of bounds. Justison forcing out. 1st and 10 for the Morgan offense.
Trying to get that number. Was that Jake Hansen on the return? 27?
I think so.
I think who it was.
He was one of the guys who either recovered or forced the fumble on that kickoff earlier in the quarter. 1st down and 10 for Morgan. They'll mark it at the 32. See what adjustments, again, Manti's made on defense here. Morgan needing to make sure their special team guys get off before they go. They're ready to go on offense and just barely do so. Man comes in motion. It's a handoff Hurd. Hurd goes right up the middle. Good hole. Good gain. That's about 10, 11 yards on 1st down and 10 for Jack Hurd. Like his shiftiness, Greg, if you're a Trojan fan.
Well, and the other thing that does, that deep handoff on the kind of fly sweep motion, it lets your block set up just a little bit, and then he's quick enough to go right behind him.
So we now have got 1st and 10. It's a give. Korth. Right side, brought down a gain of 3, maybe 4. Lincoln Alder in on the play along with Papa. It's a gain of 5. 2nd down and 5. Trojans again wanting to move quickly here. Is Lincoln Gilson back in the game? Good to see that. Never want to see a guy go down at any point, and happy to see him in here. Another handoff Hurd. Hurd follows that block well, and Max Takiaho with a nice takedown from behind. It's going to be a gain of 1.5 yards, maybe 2. 3rd down and 3 coming up.
Max Takiaho, our defensive player of the game last week for the Templars against Juab. He did so many good things right there in the middle. He's been their best defensive tackle all year. Good play there by Max.
3rd down and 4. 2 receivers to either side. Sheffield takes the snap, gets rid of it, throws it low. It's caught by Lincoln Gilson. Lane Cox able to wrap him up. Great concentration from Gilson, Greg, to bring that. That's a low football.
Yeah, exactly. That throw just a little bit low, and Lincoln goes down and gets it, and gets a couple yards after it.
Trojans moving quickly now into Templar territory. Once again inside the 45 at the 42. Sheffield takes the snap, trips right. He's going to load up, has a one-on-one. Fouls going down there with Olsen, and it is caught. What a snag from Olsen as he's down inside the 5. Mark him at the 3-yard line.
Wow, goes to the ground to get that one. What a catch. Let's watch this replay here. Great coverage there by Trevor Fowles. Just falls down right before the ball gets there, and Ben Russell goes and gets it and brings it in.
Trojans go quickly again. Trips right, single receiver left. Handoff Korth, running right into the end zone untouched. The hammer adds 6 more for the Morgan Trojans. They now lead at 20-14. And that was a quick drive, Greg. We talked about if you like defense, that first quarter was for you. Well, it's been nothing but fireworks now. That's 35 points in 6 minutes and 40 seconds of game time.
Every possession here this quarter has ended in a touchdown in this second quarter.
Wow.
7 minutes, just about 7 minutes in. Every one in the first quarter ended in no points, and now looking to make it 21-14 are the Trojans.
Thought we might have a slugfest. It's turned into a shootout as Hicks is up and good on the PAT. So with 5:20 to go here in quarter number 2, it's Morgan 21, Manti 14 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
In the days of the Mountain Men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cache because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. This spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in San Pete County. They're Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back on in. It's Morgan 21, Manti 14, 5:20 to go before halftime. Maybe you stepped away, maybe you went to go get some lunch, something, and it was 0-0. Yeah, we've had fireworks in the last, again, 6 minutes and 40 seconds about.
This has been a quarter of answers. hasn't
say. You don't
got
say.
Manti on that first drive, 56-yard touchdown pass from Stone Mortensen to Talatala. Morgan answers, Manti answers, Morgan answers, Morgan answers right there to go up 21-14.
High kick here as Fowle's going to have another chance at a return inside the 10. Gets to the 15. Stutters forward, and a good return by Fowles as he was met at about the 20, gets out past the 25 to about the 26, so Manti starts 1st and 10 here.
He was covering that one up, wasn't he?
Yeah, don't say.
Yeah.
Well, and isn't it always, it's always interesting when you see a guy make a mistake, the focus after that, right? Like, that's what sets great football players apart. They don't get down on themselves, but they maybe pay a little extra attention. Did a Juab game earlier this year where Brock Richards had a fumble, and he doesn't fumble hardly ever. The security on that ball for the rest of the game was impressive, to say the least. 1st and 10 for Manti.
A couple of good returns there from Trevor Fowles after that fumble. That last one set him up at the 45-yard line inside Morgan territory. This one, still a good return out past the 25.
Trips left, 2 receivers right for Carter Mason. Carter takes the snap, bobbles it again. Carter picks it up, runs for his life, has a slight lane, just falls forward, gets positive yards out of that somehow. It is a positive yard for Manti, but again, something that's been an issue, like you said last week, and it's certainly been evident today.
Yeah, got to figure it out. Those snaps are really low from Max Takiaho. He's got to get those up just a little bit. He had a couple that went over Carter's head last week, or they weren't even over his head. They were to his right or left. So we'll see if they get that cleaned up here.
Trips now right for Mason. Good snap here. Pumps. Rolls to his right. Carter going to throw, and a dangerous pass as he was trying to get that to Justison, and just didn't lead it enough, breaking up the play number 6 for the Morgan Trojans. That was Nick Priest.
Yeah, good job by Nick Priest to just stay out in front of that one. They actually list him on the roster as a defensive lineman. I don't know if that's right. I don't think he was clear out there from a D-line position, but good job to knock that one away, bring up 3rd and long.
2 receivers either side, single back on 3rd and 9. Mason, pocket holds, takes a shot, and just overthrows, and it's incomplete. Fortunate it was incomplete for the Templars as you had a Trojan right there waiting to pick it off. Luke Barley, who's got 4 picks on the season, nearly came up with that one. Carter got rocked, and I think that ball would have been a little more accurate had it not been with the hit. 4th down, Manti to punt.
And he's slow coming up, and that left arm is hanging there for Carter Mason. I hope that's nothing. Hope it's just a little bit of a stinger, and he's going to be okay. But as you see him coming off, he can't even move that left arm, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Punt coming here from Kellen Lund as the Trojans nearly get in and block that. This is a sky-high kick. Takes a good Templar bounce at the 35 to the 33. 1st and 10 for Morgan. So a good punt from Kellen Lund. Trojans will take over.
First punt of the quarter for either team right there.
That's right.
First non-touchdown really of the quarter for either team. And if you're Manti, you got to get a stop here. Can't let Morgan go up 2 scores. This high-powered offense, got to get a stop. Get your offense the ball back.
4 minutes, 22 seconds to go before halftime. Gilson comes in motion for Sheffield. Beck going to be a quarterback keep, has a big hole, runs up the middle, gets a good 10 yards, and gets the 1st down as the Trojans will move the sticks again.
Yeah, good play call there. Just create that hole on your offensive line. You have that lead blocker coming through.
1st down and 10. 2 to the left, 1 to the right with a tight end. Gilson comes in motion. Play fake, run forward as a good run from Korth
again. Just he doesn't go backwards, does he?
No.
I mean, he takes that hit from Colby Simons and drags still another yard or so to where you get 5 yards on 1st down.
2nd down and 5 for the Trojans. They go 2 to either side here. Sheffield, Templar show blitz. Will bring 5. Sheffield throws, good protection, complete to Olsen. Olsen sheds 1 tackle and then is brought down, but not after he gets the 1st down for Morgan.
Ben Russell on that.
Excuse me, 11. Ben Russell, my apologies there.
Yeah, but another good play, just that little out route, timing route. You get your quarterback to roll out of the pocket, get a different look, different platform, and deliver that.
I'm thinking Ben Olsen, the old BYU to UCLA transfer. That's a throwback. And this play's blown dead. Templars encroach for the 2nd time today. So that'll be 1st and 5.
Yeah, move it down to the 37-yard line.
So this will be interesting.
Trying to see, Manti has 1 timeout left here. Not a timeout necessarily, just maybe just a catch your breath timeout for the Templars here.
Two to either side for Sheffield. Beck takes the snap. Templars bring pressure. Alder tries to get in. A flag is thrown. Incomplete. There's going to be a hold, as you saw Lincoln's entire right shoulder pulled up, or at least the jersey portion pulled up.
Yeah, that'll be a holding against Morgan. Put him back 10 yards. Lincoln just got a good jump on that ball, and when he gets a good jump on the ball, he's tough to stop. If you don't have a tight end out there chipping or a running back to step up and take him. Like, look how fast he gets around that tackle.
He had no choice, and the quarterback still takes a shot. That's tough. So backs the Trojans up. 1st and 5 now becomes 1st and 15 following the penalty. 2 to either side for Morgan. And now we got to get a play stopped here. Not sure if there's an issue with the football. Not sure what's being stopped here. Huh. That was interesting. Well, we'll resume.
What that was.
Yeah, 1st and 15. 2 to either side for Sheffield. Beck goes hard count. Templars. I thought
Jump,
they jumped.
but they let him go back.
Wow.
They let him get back. No flag coming out. I think if the Trojans would have moved, they would have called it.
Gilson comes in motion. Sheffield claps, takes. Templars blitz again. They go bubble screen, and excellently defended. You could not defend a bubble screen better. Coming up with that pass breakup for the Manti Templars, your man, Colby Simons.
Yeah, Colby read that well from his linebacker position, stepped up there. Lincoln Alder also read that one and came to the outside.
So incomplete, 2nd down and 15.
Lincoln Alder, what I was saying, defensive end, he read that as well. He didn't make the play, but he read that and came outside, wasn't just going to go straight to the quarterback. Not sure what this official on this line judge, what the issue is.
That's interesting, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe if I think.
Is there an issue with the football? What's going on here? This is bizarre.
So it was a 10-yard holding. I almost wondered on that last play if they were wondering if they had marked it off correctly. And it was from the line of scrimmage, so that would have been at the 47. Are they moving that up a little bit?
Huh.
That's strange.
Well, they do it after a play, too.
So it should have been at the 47, and that's the correct spot right there.
Okay. Well, there you go. Trips right, 2nd and 15. Sheffield fires a dart. Gilson catches. Gilson, first down, brought down by Osborne out past the 30-yard line. Just a dart into Lincoln Gilson.
Yeah,
what a throw.
Look how Lincoln gets those 2 hands up on the ball, catches it like a pro. Doesn't watch that in or anything, catches that at the high point of it, and then just falls forward for enough for a first down.
2 to either side. Gilson goes in motion. It's a sweep to Gilson. Counters now forward, and a good gain on first down for Lincoln. It's a gain of 4.
Another one of those big conversions when you have a lot of yards in front of you, and really a play that's not designed necessarily to go 15 yards, and they got it, though.
So here we go, trips right, 2nd and 6. It's a give Korth. Big hole for Korth. Cuts back upfield, first down. Again, Morgan is just churning first downs.
They found something in the middle, and I had talked about it earlier that's hurt the Templars this year, but it's working now for Morgan.
Give to Korth up the middle. It's a fake. Sheffield going to walk in unanswered, untouched, touchdown. Fooled me. I thought Korth had it. Korth got popped.
Yeah.
Beck Sheffield decides to tuck and run.
Beautiful job by Beck Sheffield. He just reads the defensive end. Crashing hard is Lincoln Alder, and then if you can get to the outside like that, a lot of room around the outside. Great job by Beck Sheffield to get that one in.
27-14 our score. 2:24 to go before halftime as Hick will add on the extra point here for the Morgan offense that has come alive. Both offenses have come alive in this quarter. That's 41 and now 42 with the PAT in this quarter combined from the two teams. So we'll take a break. Morgan 28, Manti 14, 2:24 to go on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network at TMIve.live in the half.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back on in. 2:24 to go in the second quarter. It's Morgan 28, Manti 14. As the big score for the Trojans, Greg, Manti really needing points here before halftime. Morgan gets the football to start quarter number 3.
And 2.5 left here. We'll see if Carter Mason comes out at quarterback right now. Went down hard on that third down play last time Manti had the ball, so we'll see what happens.
Approaching and sending. As this the deepest kick of the day. It's fielded right at the 1.
Wow.
Fouls getting shifty again. Trevor Fowles shedding tackles and getting out past the 25 again. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Templars, and we'll see what Manti does come out with here.
And this doesn't really matter, but I wanted to watch on this replay. If any part of your body is in the end zone, it looked like a foot might have been in.
It's the ball.
It's just the ball.
It's just the ball. Your foot can be in.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Rick Robinson. A rules expert here. Just kidding. Rick,
Greg double duties when he does the color because he's the rules expert and the color commentator.
Rick does. Yes.
Yes.
You said Greg. I am not the rules expert.
Rick double dips there. Carter Mason is back in the game. Evades somehow, has some green grass to the outside. Carter's going to run for the first down and smartly scamper out of bounds using the legs to get away.
Yeah, they needed that right there. Another Douglas Dentistry first down. It's been a couple of drives since Manti's had a first down. Oh, and you've got
Tate Steele, man.
Steele down.
Oh,
yeah.
Hate to see that. We'll take a break and be back after the injury timeout on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centracom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
All right, this round's almost over.
This is more than just a job. It's a mission of caring. There's nothing more precious than a human life, and we all honor that responsibility. Beginning in 1932, we've been standing ready to serve our communities with trust, quality, and knowledge. And most of all, human connections.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back on in. 2:08 to go before halftime. Hate to see a guy like Tate Steele, who has just been so phenomenal for Morgan all his whole career with these Trojans. These kids, football's a way of life up there in Morgan. And
52 tackles, 4 sacks and interceptions, a couple of defensive TDs this year for Mr. Steele. Yep.
First down and 10. Trips right for the Templars. Snap Mason. It's another low on Carter running again. Throws the screen. It's high. Talapapa just can't reel it in. Incomplete.
Those screen passes have been good for the Templars this year. They've been great for the Templars. Both the shovel pass and the screen pass, and it's not working today.
Talk about watching film. I think Morgan's watched a thing or two on that.
Yeah.
So second down and 10 following the incomplete pass. And Manti's going to huddle here. They got 20 seconds here, Greg. And that's a quick get to your quarterback to send him back out. At 15 seconds now on the play clock. Templars break quickly. That was impressive. I was getting worried there. I'm thinking you're huddling with 20 seconds, you're going to have to go. Clock's at 6, and with 5, Mason takes a snap. Good snap. Carter steps up, throws a rainbow for Ty Pringle. Incomplete. A lot of contact.
That looked similar to that one that was a PI against Manti earlier, except they just didn't go to the ground. Let's watch this replay. Let's see if the Morgan defender was able to get hands on.
He's there early. That's interesting.
No, you wonder if Ty Pringle goes to the ground right there, if maybe he gets the call, if he sells that a little bit. You know what I mean?
Without question, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Trips right, single left. Third down, big third down, Mason. Play fake, bubble screen, tunnel. Big push forward from Stone, and he's just not quite going to get the first down.
Just
a yard shy. If you're Manti, Still a minute 44, the way this Trojans offense is humming.
They're out here to play, man. They're not out here to punt. Look at this.
There we go.
For
no huddle. 2 to either side. The Trojan faithful on the east side. Are they going to go sneak here? Mason off the right wing. Ran to perfection. Gets the first down as he pushes off his right guard.
That was a great play. And you see Talapapa come up there and lead block. Would have got it even without Tala's lead block, but still got 3 yards on 4th and 1.
That was no push, folks. That was a right and go. Snap, Mason. Screen, Talapapa. Met. Only a gain of a yard, maybe 2 on the play.
Looked like it had a little bit of room right there, but just one defender there for Morgan. And I think he might have went down too. Is that trying to get the number? Was that 26 that made the tackle there? 26.
26.
Yeah, Crew Galbraith.
Yeah, and he's had a phenomenal
the one that
season.
Went down. Yeah, so just about a 1 yard gain is
Holding in the knee. Yep. Let's take a break. We'll be back after the injury timeout on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
Looking for the perfect color for your next paint project? Hermanson's Hardware in Ephraim has your solution. With their state-of-the-art color matching equipment and over 350,000 colors, anything is possible. Bring Hermanson's any size sample or your favorite Pinterest pin and they can scan or match across all brands of paint. They've successfully matched paint colors from pillows, stucco, rock, paint cans, signs, plants, and more. Their high-quality finishes from Pratt & Lambert and Best Look will give you the professional results you're looking for. Don't put off those paint projects any longer. Drop by Hermanson's Hardware in Ephraim. It's how going to a hardware store should be.
Looking at Derek, he was starting to have joint pain, and so being able to offer him surgery, see that weight loss, see him able to spend time more with his kids and say, hey, yeah, I can hike a whole lot further and I can keep up with my teenager, and that's the most rewarding part of doing these surgeries. So I would recommend anybody that finds themselves struggling with weight loss, they're in that BMI of above 35 or 40, and they feel like they want to do more, they want to get this permanently resolved, come and visit with me.
Bugs, spiders, I don't mind them. That is until they cross the threshold into my house. Then it's war. Stop the fighting in your house and get year-round protection with EcoLife. EcoLife is offering their Pest Shield package with guaranteed results. You'll get unlimited service calls, an outdoor pest shield, cobweb cleanup, and winter pest treatment, all of the product that is child and pet safe. So call or text EcoLife today to protect your home with Pest Shield. 435-283-6002 or ecolifeusa.com.
At MTCC, we're more than just internet people. We're the Connecting Your Life people. For the past 115 years and counting, MTCC has been the local industry leader in connecting people and businesses by providing professional service with the best options in technology. If you need phone, TV, or internet service for your home or business, come see the experts at MTCC. Call or text us today at 435-835-2929. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Big shout out to Mr. Crew Galbraith, who's had a phenomenal season. You hate to see, Morgan's had 3 big injuries now. Lincoln Gilson has returned into the game.
58 tackles this year for Crew, a sack, an interception. Second leading tackler behind Nick Priest on this Trojan team.
Gain of 2, second down and 8, following the gain by Talapapa off the screenplay. Trips to the right, single left. Mason pocket holds, throws, has Stone Mortensen. Storm makes the catch at the 30, inside to the 25. A great catch, great route ran by Stone Mortensen. Carter Mason hits him on the numbers.
Yeah, got to hustle now.
Under a minute.
Templars, what do they got?
I believe one timeout.
One timeout. They still have that timeout. Okay. Go with that same formation out here. Got to go quick.
Trips right, single left. Mason pumps, dances to his left. He's just going to try and get out of bounds to stop the clock, and Carter does so with 37 seconds left. Might have got a yard, maybe, on the play. So, and nope, they'll say he stepped out right at the line. So no gain officially for Carter Mason.
If you're the Templars, you're going to the end zone. There's no field goal here for the Templars. And Skylar Vlom's done a great job, especially this latter half of the season on the extra points. But not a deep kicker. You're trying for the end zone if you're the Templars.
Second down and 10, 2 to either side for Mason. Talapapa at his hip. Carter. Trojans trying to maybe disguise a blitz, and they do. They only send 3. It's a quick throw to the outside to Pringle. Ty gets out of bounds to stop the clock at 32 seconds. Clock's still winding here. He clearly got out of bounds, and they stop it at 29. That should have been stopped at 33 seconds. And so we'll see here with third down and 6 what Manti decides to go with.
Looked like the officials might have been talking about it. Yeah, if I'm Coach Fred Takiaho, I'm in the ear of the stripes right there saying, hey, give me 3 more seconds, man.
Should at least be 32, if not 33, from the moment the whistle was blown.
Is he coming to, is this official, the back judge, coming to say? 32. Hey, my man Tanner Wilkinson.
I may not be a loan officer, but I can do some math in a pinch. My dad is an accountant, so there's at least some of that in there, right?
All right.
2 to either side here for Mason. Third down, the obvious 4-down territory, and like Greg said moments ago, going for the end zone is what Manti really, really need, and that's the obvious statement of the day, but it is true. Cox goes in motion, play fake from Mason. Carter faces pressure, throws on a wheel route. Talapapa's got it. A flag is thrown as Tala is pushed out at the 5.
That's either hold or late hit.
And the way Carter Mason's adjusting his helmet, I wonder if there was a hands to the face. That's Manti's walking backwards here, but so is Morgan. I have no idea what they're going to call here, Greg.
I think they're setting that ball up here inside the 5-yard line. Tala just about lost that one while it was in the air. Couldn't see it. Yeah, personal foul will go against the Trojans. Trojan coach is very unhappy there. Tala about lost that, though.
Yes.
Mason just tossed that up, and Tala ran with it inside the 5 down to what, about the 3-yard line, 19-yard gain.
So now you got 4 shots at it here with 26 seconds to go. Manti does still have a timeout, correct? Yes, 1 timeout left for the Templars. So your playbook's open.
Yeah, you can definitely run it right here.
Playbook is without question
The run
open.
game hasn't been much for the Templars, though, other than quarterback runs from Carter Mason.
Give to Talapapa, and he is in. Right on cue. Templars answer with 22 seconds left. Not going home just yet. 28-20 with the PAT pending.
What did I say this quarter's been? A quarter of answers? Wow. The Templars, one time they punt. Every other possession in this quarter has been a touchdown for both teams. It's 0-0 at the end of the first quarter, folks. We think we're going to have a defensive slugfest. You got 28-20 here right before halftime.
I think this is looking like 2012 BYU.
Wow.
Not a lot of scoring, but that not the case now. It's looking like 2020 BYU. Snap good, hold good, kick on its way, and it is through. So with 22 seconds remaining in the second quarter, it's Morgan 28, Manti 21 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of Mind Insurance Solutions for individuals and businesses, so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
28-20, Morgan leads Manti, but 28-21, my apologies there. Templars answer, though. You said it's a quarter of answers, Greg, and that's what both teams have had. One punch is thrown, another answered.
Manti 3 times into that Go Insurance end zone in this quarter. Morgan into the end zone 4 times, 28-21. Most points Morgan has given up all year.
Oh, this is dangerous. The reverse to Gilson, runs into his own man, is tripped up. Still on his feet, that could have been very dangerous. Gilson had a lot of green grass, and I think if he hadn't ran into his own man, would have had some more space there. Templars corral. Trojans will have it with 13 seconds left. That's exactly why Manti kicked it that way, Greg. I mean, part of it is that's how they've kind of done some kicks this year anyway, but you wanted to milk some time off the clock.
Nelson Everett, one of those in on the tackle for the Templars.
Isaac Crowther was there.
Yep.
So first down, Morgan's
just going to come take a knee, right?
If they do, I'll buy you a new 0.
No.
Pass over the middle high. Gilson sandwiched and caught, and he gets the first down, and Morgan takes the timeout with 7 seconds. You have all 3 times. There's no point in going to the locker room with timeouts in your pocket.
Yeah.
And I no longer owe you a do 0 because they weren't going to do that.
Yeah, good pitch and catch there. Good job by Talapapa was in on that one. Was that Lane Cox? Was it 0?
Yeah, Lane was there
too. Yep. Yeah, so move the ball a little bit down the field. I think Morgan maybe would take a deep field goal if they could get it. I mean, you need to be down near the 30 or so quite a ways away from that. But setting up maybe try one chance at the end zone. You really got 2 plays here. You got timeouts. You got 2 timeouts. You can take one play anywhere you want down the field right now and then take a shot at the end zone if you're Morgan.
Should be interesting. So what are you talking about defensively here if you're Manti then on the flip side?
Stay back, keep it in front of you for sure. And that's, I mean, you had Talapapa, who's a middle linebacker out behind that one that time, so they're just going to keep it in front of them.
This is probably the one time prevent works. I don't like prevent defense, but when you're in a situation like this, 7 seconds, under 10 seconds, I think.
Yeah, you got to keep it in front of you.
Yep.
2 safeties high for the Templars right now. Jaden Henningsen and who's that out there? Is that Trace Justison? I think it is.
Yeah. And I should specify this. Yeah, prevent works if you can keep guys in front of you. Ask Oklahoma State how that worked out. First down and 10, 2 to either side. 7 seconds, 2 timeouts for Morgan. Manti still does have the 1 timeout if they see something they don't like. Quick hitter over the middle, and it's incomplete to Lincoln Gilson. That takes 4 seconds off the clock, 3 seconds before halftime.
Yeah, and that would have been big. That would have got him inside the 40 or so.
Would have had a chance for a good shot.
Maybe right about the 40 is where they would have had that. But now you got almost 60 yards to get it to the end zone. We'll see if Beck Sheffield has that in his arm.
Second down and 10, 2 to either side. Single back. Sheffield sends Gilson from left to right, takes the snap. Alder chasing, he escapes. Talapapa comes up, he loads up, takes a shot. That ball is in the air, Lane Cox picks it, and then is brought down at the 20. So no harm, no foul, as time will expire, and that will take us to halftime. Wild first half, Greg Sterner.
Yeah, if you watch this replay here, watch Beck Sheffield, and he popped right up, but Talapapa had a head of steam and loaded up and hit him. But Lane Cox ends up with the interception. That'll still go down in the scorebook, even if it didn't matter all that much. Good job by Lane to come under that one.
That's halftime. Morgan 28, Manti 21. Your halftime show coming up next, brought to you by our friends at Jones & Mill Engineering on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor. And the potential to take you anywhere.
Get 0% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days. Or get $6,350 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
For a wonderful shopping experience with quality and customer service that's second to none, visit Gunnison Market. The meat department carries the highest quality of meat in the United States, certified Angus beef, while the deli offers delicious made-from-scratch crab salad, coleslaw, and high-quality Columbus meats with no preservatives. The bakery features custom cakes for any occasion, cookies, rolls, and tasty donuts made fresh daily. For good old-fashioned friendly service, come see the difference at Gunnison Market in Gunnison.
From sales to service and repair, we do it all. We're Skyline Motorsports. We service and repair all makes and models with the best mechanics in the valley. We'll fix you up and get you back on your way at an honest, fair price. Doesn't matter if it's your side-by-side, ATV, street bike, dirt bike, snowmobile, or your everyday yard work machines. Check out SkylineMotorsports.com. Then come see us on Highway 89, 1 mile south of Fairview. Give us a call at 427-3900. Skyline Motorsports.
My name is Jared Livingston. I grew up in Sanpete County, Utah. I remember going down to the feed company back in the little offices there, got my first loan through Utah Heritage Credit Union, and ever since then fell in love with the personal atmosphere that you get with a local credit union. Been there ever since I was a little kid to today, whether we're dealing with an auto loan or just cashing a check, they're right there every time we need them.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
When you need title work, title insurance, and escrow service, remember the experts at Central Utah Title in Manti. Whether you need residential, commercial closing, mortgage refinance, FHA, VA, or conventional loans, mortgage assumption, and cash transactions, consider Central Utah Title, serving South Central Utah since 1983. 140 North Main Street in Manti for security and peace of mind in all your transactions.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back in, Templars and Trojans. After a scoreless first quarter, the floodgates open. 7 Go Insurance end zone fines combined in quarter number 2. Tanner Wilkinson and Greg Sterner with you.
Not scoreless in the second quarter.
I'm trying to find words because part of me is just out of breath from what was a wild second quarter. But, my gosh, take it away, my friend. You got some numbers for us.
Well, 49 points in a quarter. It's insane between two teams,
especially,
That is crazy to score like that. Two possessions didn't end in a touchdown in that quarter, folks. You had Manti punted with about 4:30 left in the second quarter there. Beck Sheffield got a 16-yard touchdown run to make it 28-14.
Yep.
Manti gets the ball back, 2:17 left. They got to go pretty much the length of the field. The kickoff ended about the 27, and they go 73 yards into that Go Insurance end zone to make it 28-21. That's huge. Going into halftime with a 2-score deficit and giving the ball to Morgan would have been, I don't want to say backbreaking because anything can happen, but it would have been stunk.
It would have been bad.
It would have stunk.
It would have been bad.
Yeah, that's what it did. Anyway, and then the very last drive ended in an interception by Lane Cox. So those two drives are the only ones that didn't end in touchdowns for either team there in that second quarter. 28-21. What a game! It's been a fun one. Loving it.
Unbelievable. You and I, we joke we sometimes have too much fun.
Me and you have some fun.
We had a lot of fun in that second quarter. And here's the thing, folks. That was as fun of a defensive battle in the first quarter as I'd seen in my few years calling games. And this has just been a fun one. No question about it. Want to just get you an update. Barclay Mechanical score update earlier today. Rich defeating Altamont in the first game played here at Zions Bank Stadium in 8-man football. You have your second 8-man game coming up after this one. It's on TeamHive.live exclusively. That is Monticello, who's been in the state championship both years in 8-man.
Yeah.
They get set to take on Water Canyon, who has been in the semifinals of both years. So Water Canyon's looking to get to the state championship for the first time. Monticello's looking to win it for the first time in 8-man. So something to keep an eye on. And the crown jewel tonight is that a lot of questions around Grantsville and Richfield. Phenomenal matchup on paper, I think. People might look at Richfield and say undefeated, should storm through this game. That's a tough Grantsville team, man. That just assignment sound. They play really good football, very balanced. They can attack you through the air with quarterback Jordan Van Vliet. They've got a workhorse of a running back in Jaden Atkinson. And they play tough defense. They've got some ball hawks in the secondary. Jordan Fossen's a kid who's gotten some Division I looks. UNLV invited him for an official visit.
Oh, great. I hadn't heard that. That's great. That's going to be a fun one. Richfield, Manti, Juab, some of the teams will go up north and play quite a bit. Manti always plays Juan Diego. Manti always plays Grantsville. Richfield doesn't play a lot of those north teams a lot. They'll play Cedar City and they play, South Sevier and things like that. They'll play
a pace. If they play an up north team, it's like a 4 or 5A
So
school.
you don't see that crossover as much out of Richfield, and that's just, at least the last few years. That's not being negative. It's just the way you set up your schedule. But so that one's a fun one. It's not a repeat. It's not a rematch.
A lot of mystery.
And so you're kind of wondering. A lot of people last year were wondering what Richfield would do against Morgan, and Manti spoiled that in the semis when they defeated Morgan before that championship game against Richfield that obviously Richfield ended up winning. But Yeah, so I'm excited for that one. And you and Rick Robinson will be on the call. I'll be able to. I probably would have stayed if it was the next game. We probably got to take a break here, but me and Robert Lovell talked a little bit. Me and Robert Lovell talked a little bit in that first game we did about the fact how they staggered the games.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it's not so much for the stands, it's for that parking lot right there. Because last year, coming to that Manti semifinal game after Richfield and Canyon View, I think I parked about a half a mile into these houses up here because there's just not enough parking. So to stagger them, I'm kind of excited that I can get something to eat, head home, be home to watch that Richfield Canyon View game that you guys are going to be calling.
Yeah,
so.
Should be a lot of fun. We'll come back. Brad James.
Richfield Grantsville, sorry.
Yeah, Richfield Grantsville coming up later. We still got a half to play here, though. Take another break. When we come back, a stat summary. Brad James Stats making a camera appearance. We'll take a break and be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
This is Dave from the Manti branch, and at Zions Bank, we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. And with the branch right around the corner and the convenience of online and mobile banking, we're here for you, wherever you are. For all your personal and business banking needs, come visit us and let us show you how Zions Bank is for you.
Clean Cut Roofing and Siding.
Have you seen my turtle?
How would I know where your turtle is?
You always say you have something for everyone.
Since 2003, you get peace of mind every time with Clean Cut Roofing and Siding. Call 435-462-2160.
As a urologist, my job includes treating kidney stones, diagnosing, treating prostate cancer, and other disorders of the urinary system. Here at CVMC, specialists and primary care physicians all work very closely together.
As a family physician, being able to have continuity of care and direct relationships with our specialists is something we're very fortunate to have here.
I'm Dr. David Sewell, board-certified urologist. I'm proud to provide state-of-the-art care here at Central Valley Medical Center.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking's #1 investment has been dependable truck drivers like you. That's why they provide their drivers with an opportunity to earn up to $75,000 a year driving state-of-the-art equipment. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers in Utah, Sanpete, Sevier, Juab, Millard, Beaver, Iron, Carbon, and Emery counties. Barney Trucking offers a competitive wage, solid benefits, home daily schedules, and an excellent safety record. Apply today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
In the fast-paced world we live in, every second counts. Whether it's staying productive in your home office or enjoying entertainment with no buffering. With CentraWave from Centracom, experience ultra-fast, next-generation, reliable internet that keeps your whole family connected. CentraWave by Centracom. Fast, reliable, everywhere. Get connected today. Visit www.centracom.com/CentraWave or call 1-800-427-8449.
In the days of the mountain men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cache because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. The spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in Sanpete County. They're Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Templars and Trojans at halftime. Brad James, whose home will be Zions Bank Stadium for the next, day and a half now at this point. He's been here since the early hours this morning. You've been here since the early hours this morning, Greg. What stats stand out to you at halftime that Brad has so graciously provided us?
Yeah, leading the way for the Templars. Just 28 rushing yards for the Templars is all. 106 for Morgan on the ground. That's something that's interesting to me. Through the air, 204 yards for Beck Sheffield, 12 of 21 for the Trojans. And the Templars, 249 total passing yards, but 192 of those by Carter Mason, 57 by Stone Mortensen on that first touchdown of the game. That was a double pass that went, Yeah, by Stone Mortensen throwing it up to Talatapapa. Anyway, so 249 total passing yards for the Templars. Receiving, Ty Pringle having a game. 5 catches, 109 yards, and a touchdown for Mr. Pringle. He also has doing a good job defensively.
Yeah.
Defensively for the Templars, Talatapapa with 7 tackles. Colby Simons with 6. Interceptions by Jacob Cox and Lane Cox. For the Trojans defensively, Crew Galbraith, a sack and a half. Went down injured there. You feel for him. Hope he's doing okay, but a sack and a half for him, and Bolton Dickman on the other one in there on that sack. For the Trojans, as a team, you got the 2 turnovers by Morgan. The one was consequential, the Jacob Cox interception.
Yes.
They gave the ball back to the Templars. They didn't end up scoring on that, but it was somewhat consequential.
Yeah, field position game,
Yeah, the late one by Lane Cox, not as consequential. You know, it's right before halftime. Whether he bats it down or not, you go into halftime. But 2 turnovers by the Trojans, and just the one for the Templars, that one fumble that was lost on the kick return, which did lead to a score.
Yep.
So Morgan leads on the points off a turnover 7-0, which is the difference in this game.
Yeah, so far that's where we stand. Trojans slightly late getting back out, and I shouldn't say late. They have a minute and a half. A lot of people wonder, well, don't they have to be out by the end of the time? Yeah, they do, but then they get the 3 minutes to warm up.
Yeah.
So Morgan is yet to come out there from their locker room. I'm sure a lot to talk about after giving up and here they come right on cue. But a season high, Greg, 21 points given up in the first half. That's for a whole game. That's not just, it's a season high for a half. Most they had given up in a game was 20 points, and that was against Skyline Idaho.
Yep.
So,
yep. As you mentioned in the pregame show, Skyline Idaho, number 5 team in all of Idaho. And Morgan, that was their closest game. 26-20 was that game. Every other game hasn't been much of a game, including against Crimson Cliffs. And Crimson Cliffs is the last year's 4A state champion, and they may be the favorite this year. I think they're the number 4 seed, but they're playing as well as anybody in 4A right now.
I believe they lost to Bingham the next week and have not lost since.
In a closer game than Morgan defeated them. I think it was like a 10-point game against Bingham. Anyway, our point is Morgan's been a steamroller all year, and Manti's playing with them, 28-21. Our executive producer came in here right at halftime and made the comment, there's no moral victories. And that's true for the Templars.
Yes.
In the regular season, maybe you can have a little bit of moral victories occasionally. In the playoffs, it doesn't matter.
Win or go home.
But Templars have done some good things to just be down 7, 28-21.
Well, I think that's part of what was being said, too, in here at halftime is you're right here. You're right here. What Morgan was probably, a 30-plus, 40-ish favorite coming into this game, 30-point favorite.
Yeah, and that's not even disrespect to Manti.
No, it's just that's how good Morgan's been.
Yeah.
That's just how the Trojans have played all season long, and Manti, as you said, Greg, playing right with them.
Yeah.
So stick with us through all our coverage. This has been the Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show over Sunrise Engineering postgame show. I wanted to get to this in the pregame show. I have not had a chance to apologize to our anonymous donor. That I dropped the ball when Manti played Juab in the season finale. Look, and I could give every excuse in the book. There was a rain delay. It was a Thursday night.
Game.
I had to get up and do the morning show again at 5:45. I was out of there. I was not sticking around. But I do apologize and drop the ball. And it's funny because this is someone I run into from time to time, and I haven't.
Wait, you know who the anonymous donor is?
Oh, very,
you know
very,
who it is?
Very good poker face, sir. Very
I've
good
sold that for 2 years now.
So anyway, I'm now taking the chance to apologize, and that will not happen during today's broadcast.
So our anonymous donor gives away a gift card to McDonald's for a defensive player of the game. Last week, Max Takiaho won it for us, and MTCC also sponsors our player of the game.
We didn't forget that one.
No, yep. And last week, that was Ty Pringle. Could have been Carter Mason. Could have been the coaching staff for the Templars. But appreciate all these sponsors.
Oh, absolutely.
That's reason we can come and do these. I've said that for 7 years on the air now. But just the reason we can come and do this, the reason you can watch this on Team Hive and listen to it on Mid-Utah Radio is because of those sponsors. So we ask you to solicit them for their business.
My guy Brant Stevens is tuned in this afternoon. He's one of our sales reps. Give him a call. Make it happen.
If you want to be one of those sponsors, absolutely.
Yeah, he's in the Manti area. He from Manti area. He can make that happen for you.
Yep.
So Brand, I'm expecting some commissions on that. Well, here we go. Third quarter about to kick off, Greg. Trojans do get the football to start half number 2. Defensive adjustments Manti needs to make from that second quarter. That's a tough task.
It's tough because I talked early about the fact that Morgan wasn't running it up the middle all that well against the Templars. And the Templars had made some adjustments throughout the season, and how all season they had given up runs right up the middle. And right after I say that, Morgan starts running it up the middle, and it starts working. They've had that fly sweep action that then turns up the field, so you get that kind of motion coming across, and then you give it to a Jack Herder. You give it to who else have they been handing it to? I don't
Gilson's gotten the ball.
Yeah, Gilson, Lincoln Gilson. Thank you. Yeah. To run it right up the middle, though, it's not a lot of times it's not a jet sweep. It's one where you're bellying it right up the middle. So anyway, if you're the Templars, you got to get stout in the middle and not let those big plays happen on the outside either.
Steinfeld to approach for the kickoff. Has done a good job on these kickoffs today.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see Manti try an onside kick sometime in the second half.
Doesn't happen here. Return out to the beyond the 30 to the 32. That is returned by Despain for the Morgan Trojans.
And when I say that onside kick, I'm just saying your defense kind of hasn't stopped them. Can you sneak in an onside kick somewhere? I don't mean late in the game when you have to. That's not what I was talking about. But it's something I would watch if I'm watching this game.
You know, not to get on a soapbox, but it's the only thing I don't like about the new NFL kickoff is you have to declare it.
Stupid.
I like the way it's set up. I do. I don't like that you can't. Yes, I don't like that part of it. As a run up the middle.
It's that same exact play.
Templars answer it well. Max Takiaho in there, Mac Olson in there, along with Braden Cox. Braden had himself a good first quarter.
Yeah, he did. And that's that Jack Hurd coming across, looking like a fly sweep type action, and then just cutting it right up the middle behind that big center and guard that we've mentioned multiple times out there. Max Sargent, one of them.
Oh, big center. Back to pass Sheffield, pocket collapsing, and he goes down. It's a max sack. He had one last year here in Harriman. He gets one to start quarter number 3, 3rd and long coming up.
Coming off that edge, he just cuts to the inside. You have the outside linebacker coming around him, Braden Cox, and then he's able to come inside and go get the quarterback for a sack.
That's a bear hug if you've ever seen one. My goodness.
Just a junior is Mac.
3rd and 15. Sheffield fires, has a man. It's just overthrown. Just not on the same
coming
page.
Again this time. If we see on that replay, you got Mac Olson coming off the edge again.
Just
that
beat
time.
him. Wow.
Yeah.
Probably threw it a second earlier than he wanted to. 4th down, and the Templars force a 3 and out. Morgan has to punt. Are we going to get a scoreless third quarter here?
First time the Templars have made the Trojans punt since the first quarter.
Well, and even then, it was just one punt, right? Because it was a turnover on downs and then an interception.
That's right. Yep. Look at you. I got it written down, but you coming off of memory.
Punt is away. Going to have a chance. Oh, that actually, while it benefits the Templars yards-wise, it didn't allow Ty Pringle to return, but the Templars will take it.
No, I was kind of making a face there, and you were looking at me funny, but I don't know why Morgan doesn't jump up and touch that. As it's taking a Templar bounce.
Yeah, they watched it roll back.
They just watched that roll the other way. So not sure what the deal is there.
Go touch it, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Huh.
Unless you're just letting some clock run off. But I mean, what do you get? A second in the third quarter means nothing.
Yeah. So. Well, here we go. Templar offense with a chance to tie. Second quarter, Greg, you said was a quarter of answers. Let's see what halftime answers Manti's offense has after his dominant second quarter. The defense answered well. Mason gets rid of it quick. Talapapa has some blocking. Man, Morgan shed well, but yeah, Tala's got to follow that.
Yeah, it looked like Trevor Fowles had some good blocking out there. Let's watch this, see if we can see it. Down at the very bottom. Oh, that's tough for Tala because you got that other defender coming. So, yeah, not much he could have done there. Good defense by Morgan.
Short loss, 2nd down and 11. 2 receivers right, or 3 right, my apologies. Carter throws over the middle, dangerous throw. Receivers kind of stopped running. The route maybe bumped a little bit there, but it falls incomplete. 3rd down. Could the Templars now be facing a quick 3 and out?
Yeah, Jaden Henningsen was bracketed pretty well there by the corner and the safety. Really nowhere to go there. Carter kind of taking a little bit of a risk there, putting that one in the air.
Trips now to the left. Single receiver right is Mortensen. Single back is Talapapa.
Single coverage on Mortensen out here.
Plenty of time for Mason. Now escapes. Has some room to the right. Carter's going to become a runner, and he gets out of bounds, but just not enough, even close to it. So
But if you're the Templars, you got an offensive lineman out here that you think can maybe go make another block and give Carter a little bit more room. Instead, just watches the defenders come by. Go make a block out there. If I'm the offensive coach, I'm talking to my offensive line.
4th down and 5, so it was a good gain of 6 for Carter, but you needed 11. So Kellen Lund back to punt for the Templars. So 2 3 and out so far. Good kick from Lund. It takes a bounce. Very good pop. Down inside the 20, inside the 15. Mark it right at the 10-yard line. Excellent punt from Kellen Lund, who's done a nice job in that department today. Morgan takes over, 1st and 10 at the 10.
So a little bit of field position change. Morgan started that last drive at the 33 after the kickoff return. So you're back 23 yards from where you were, but really, other than another minute off the clock, or less than a minute off the clock, and 23 yards, kind of just going right where you were if you're Morgan. Didn't take a lot of heat on that last drive from the Templars.
Trips left. Sheffield give to Korth. Defended well. Templars convene again.
It's Mac Olson coming off the edge again, that time coming from behind. And if you watch this on this replay, he'll get those big arms out and around the runner. I don't know if we're going to see that this time, but.
Oof, yep. It was quick, and it was so quick.
I think Jacob Cox in on that one too, yeah.
The DNs of the Templars, you talk about their strength, but it's the speed that maybe sets them apart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Templars show blitz. They bring it. Sheffield gets rid of it quickly. It's complete to the outside. Justison does a nice job forcing Hurd out of bounds. Brings up 3rd and maybe 4 here.
Yeah, good play by Morgan to recognize that a blitz is coming, and just a quick play to the outside. Get yourself 4 or 5 yards or so. How much would they mark it? About the 17, so about 5 yards.
Yeah. 3rd down and 3. Sheffield 2 to either side. Takes the snap. Templars send 4. It's going to be a run up the middle. He's met by Talapapa and does not get there. The Templars hold.
I think he's just going to be inches short here, isn't he?
Wow. Yeah, it's 4th down.
Right before. It depends on where they sit that down. Are they going to? Yeah,
they say 4th down. Wow.
A lot of times you'll see officials just cheat to the next line because it's easier to mark.
Yes,
you know what I mean? And,
sure.
and not cheat. That's not. But just put it on the next yard marker just because it's easier to measure. And I wondered if they would do that, and they didn't. They marked it just short, just like it was. And so that'll be a 4th down and another punt by Morgan.
Who needs offense after the
quarters?
After the second quarter.
Haven't had a Douglas Dentistry 1st down here in this second half yet.
Punt coming for the Trojans. Good snap. Ball is muffed. Punter's going to try and get rid of it. It's blocked. Will Osborne blocked it. It's in the end zone. Do the Templars have it? Touchdown! Touchdown! The Templars with that blocked punt, and they take advantage.
Way for Will Osborne to stay with that play, not go back just because you see the punter running out there. He stays with it, and then in the end zone, who falls on that one, trying to get, missed it on the replay. But 7 points for the Templars. Special teams coming up special.
There's 3 phases of the game for a reason, my friend, and that is a big part of it with the special teams play there for Manti. A PAT away from tying this. Snap is good, holds good, kick on its way. Best one of the day from Skylar Vlam, and we are tied at 28 with 8 minutes and 40 seconds in the 3rd quarter. Manti 28, Morgan 28. Trojan football next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
This is more than just a job. It's a culture, and it's how we do things here. Since 1932, our values of teamwork, accountability, and quality have driven us. There's nothing more precious than a human life, and we all honor that responsibility. We are standing ready for when you need us, to serve you with our hearts, our minds, and our experience, and most of all, human connections.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Who needs offense when you have special teams, Greg Sterner? It's tied at 28. Manti gets the block punt. They score off of it, and now have a chance to wall up again defensively. Have not allowed a 1st down here in quarter number 3 as the return for Morgan. They fake the handoff to Gilson, fools no one, and Manti corrals at the 24-25. Morgan will take over.
I think that was Nelson Everett again making a big, we've called his name multiple times on kickoff return, so good kick coverage from the big man, Nelson Everett, that plays offensive tackle and defensive end and is quick enough to get down there on kick coverage as well.
1st down now for Morgan. Again, And it's because Manti's been good on first down, Greg, that we're not good on first down in that second quarter defensively, have been excellent on first and 10 defensively in this quarter.
Yeah, that's an astute observation, Tanner Wilkinson.
Run to the right for Gilson. Get some space. Lincoln Gilson, good gain. That was a good first down play for the Trojans. Get about 6, 7, maybe 8 yards. We'll see where they spot it.
So we talked a lot about that jet sweep and then cutting it up the middle when it looks like it's going to go around the outside.
Give it 9.
That time, Lincoln Gilson decides he's going to take it around the outside. Blocked well, and good play on first down.
Now they move it back to 8. So a gain of 8, second down and short for Morgan. 8:26 to go here in quarter number 3. Been just a fun ball game, folks. Gilson in motion again. Sheffield to throw. Pumps. Decides to throw a floater. It's caught by Russell out to the 50-yard line, taken down at the 45 and into Templar territory. Nice adjustment by Ben Russell,
Very.
Going away from his original route, realized his quarterback needed some help, and he gave it to him.
You can't see it on this replay. It's a little bit too zoomed in, but Stone Mortensen had great coverage, and it made Sheffield change things. But then when he came back the other way, Russell, it was open.
Korth right up the middle, and a great first down run. Right down the gut for Drew Korth. It's a gain of 11 on first and 10, and now the Trojan offense starting to hum a little bit.
First 2 first downs of this whole half here.
Yep.
On those last 2 plays.
Trips right. Clap of the hand, Sheffield. It's a give again, Korth. Korth picks his spot, goes forward. A good gain here on first down as he gets 5, and will bring up second down.
As you mentioned, Spencer Dykes sent us a text saying they call Drew Korth the hammer on when he's wrestling. And, boy, he looks like it out here. Not the biggest kid out there, but he knows how to read a block and get some yardage.
Second down and 5 here for Sheffield. Gilson comes to the left side. Now goes from left to right. It's going to be another give to Korth. Korth finds that hole well again. Legs continue to churn as he gets near the 20. Mark him at the 21. That's good for another Morgan first down. So no first downs for 3 total drives between the two teams. And after the block punt, Morgan picking up 3. Is this the 4th first down of the drive, Greg? Is this 3? 3.
Yep.
Trojans again go no huddle. Gilson left to right. Low snap. Handoff Korth. Falls forward. Colby Simons gets on him. And that's going to be a gain of 4 from Korth on first and 10.
Number 72 there blocking for Morgan, Gabe Whiting, coming across and picking up that D tackle, and that's what opens that up for Korth to follow right up the middle, and a pretty good gain on first down, about 4 yards.
Second down and 6. Sheffield brings Gilson in motion again. It's a jet to Gilson, goes hard up the middle, keeps the legs churning again. Going to be close to a first down. I think he's going to be just shy depending on the spot here. Third and short coming up. These guys just know how to keep the legs churning, all their players. Do not go till that was, don't stop till you hear the whistle.
Using the defender to keep propping himself up.
Third down and short for Beck Sheffield. When you got a guy like Korth, third and shorts are a luxury at this point. And that offensive line, don't get me wrong. It's a give to Korth. Off tackle, pushes forward, and he is down inside the 5, where it'll be first down and goal for the Morgan offense.
That time the defensive tackle for the Templars just got turned around right there, and that's where his arm needed to be out there to slow that one down, because if not, you're going to get to the second level if you're Drew Korth, and he did, down to the 3.
Trips right, single receiver left. Gilson goes in motion. The gives to Gilson, falls forward, and he is in for 6. Lincoln Gilson.
Wow.
A big answer from Morgan after the block punt. They march down and score 34-28 into the Go Insurance end zone again with 5:56 to go in the third.
Lincoln Gilson goes down early in that first half with an injury and kind of went off gingerly. He was on the sideline. You saw trainers talking to him. Obviously, he's doing all right, doing great things in the run game, mainly from his wide receiver position.
Well, he's been in motion every play. Yep. I mean, he's getting a lot of cardio out there.
They see something out there. Obviously, the Trojans do.
Bad snap here, but the extra point is still through. So with
the scoreboard.
5:56 to go here in quarter number 3. It's Morgan 35, Manti 28 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
Alright, this round's almost over.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back on in. It's Morgan and Manti Trojans with, Greg, the word you used off the air, surgical, on that drive.
That was surgical. You never even got to a third down there. I guess you did on that one that got down to the 3, but just third and short on that one. But just following their blockers, excellent play. You have one pass on the whole drive there for 11 yards on the second play of the drive.
It's a high kickoff. Once again, Trevor Fowles, who's had some good returns today, gets to the 20 and out past the 25 to the 26-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 for the Templars.
I think that was Brackenson. Nope, that was 34, Jet Larson, linebacker, with the nice hit on Trevor Fowles, but still a pretty good return by Fowles to get out past the 25.
Templar offense now comes back out. Only possession they've had is a 3 and out. And you're thinking, how'd they get to 28? Well, special teams with the block punt. So see how this offense responds here. Haven't been on the field for a minute.
Time of possession in this quarter is obviously huge for Morgan. Manti just had it for 42 seconds.
Wow.
Is all that they've had it so far in the first half of this quarter.
Templars will go trips left with a single receiver to the right. As we're waiting for something from the officials here to begin play.
It's happened a few times this game, hasn't it?
I don't think they're waiting for the TV people, because we are the TV people. Unless there's something I don't know about. Counter give. Jaden Henningsen with a nice hole up the middle, and Jaden with a good run on first down. Give him 11 off the counter, taking a play out of Morgan's playbook there.
Yeah, that's true. And I thought maybe Jaden should get that to the outside. I thought he had more room, but he knew what he was doing. Got enough for a first down past the 35.
1st and 10 past, as mentioned, to the 37. Carter Mason the snap. First down, bubble screen. Talapapa has some blocks. Tala tries to get to the edge and just slowed down. Just slowed down and allowed the defender to catch up to him. Still a gain of 3 on first down. Second down coming up.
Not sure if he knew he had that defender coming behind him. Kellen Lund out blocking for him, doing a great job down the field blocking. But then to just be caught from behind, was that 6 that caught him? Was that Nick Priest, I think, that got him?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, leading tackler on the year.
Mason throws on a slant. Oh! In and out of the breadbasket of Ty Pringle. It falls incomplete. That's at least going to get you right near the first down marker, if not more.
Yeah, Ty's just got to watch that into his hands. I don't know if that sun is an issue. Yeah. This is a different directional field here. Running what, east-west here. And I don't know if that sun was in his eyes or what, but that hurts if you're the Templars.
Yeah. So here we go. 3rd down and 7. Big third down for the Manti offense. And yet to pick up. Well, no, they did just pick up a first down. My apologies there. 3rd and 7, though. 2 to either side for Carter Mason. Single back is Talapapa. Carter approaches, takes the snap. Throws an air-mailed ball, and Ty Pringle secures it for a first down.
Wow.
That ball had some air on it. Wasn't sure if Ty was going to get to it. Hauls it in. Templars move the sticks with a Douglas Dentistry first down.
Great route by Ty Pringle and just able to just get a foot in there, boy, to get past midfield.
Templars go no huddle. 2 to the right, 2 to the left, single back. Mason goes hard count, now takes the snap. Only bringing 3. Throw, complete, fouls, falls forward. Another 11, 12 yards on first down. The slant route has been very friendly to the Templars this afternoon.
Look at the window Carter Mason puts this in. I don't think you'll see it on that replay, just a little bit too tight. But, man, you had pretty good bracketing there by Morgan in front of and behind Trevor Fowles, and Carter Mason just stuck it in there.
Trips left, single receiver right for Mason. Single back set is Talapapa. Snap Carter. Again, Morgan's only bringing 3, maybe 4. Takes a shot at the end zone. Multiple guys there, and incomplete. That is incomplete at the end of the day. Morgan's player made a play on it. Give Jaden Henningsen some credit to poke that ball out.
I think that was Trevor Fowles down there, wasn't it?
It was Fowles. My apologies.
Yeah, and Fowles became a defender. That's a play right there. If Manti wins this game, that's one of those hidden little plays, because that should have been a pick, and Trevor Fowles just got his hand in there to knock that one away from the Morgan defender.
And again, I like Manti taking some shots on first down here, Greg. Again, I like the play call. Yeah.
Soften up the defense a little bit. Make them know that you can go deep on them.
2nd and 10. Single left, trips right, single back. Snap Mason, play fake. Carter, tunnel screen, complete. Stone looks to stutter step. He'll just fall forward. Gets a good gain on second down. It's a gain of 4, maybe 5. And now you're really into 4-down territory here, this deep into Morgan territory. 3rd down here.
that's been a bread and butter play for the Templars this year with Mason Starkweather. Carter Mason looking just as good as Starkweather had this year. A lot of times it was that little sidearm pass to Stone on the outside, but a good play to bring up 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5, trips left, single right. Mason takes the snap. It's going to be another counter to Henningsen. Hole opens. Jaden's got the first down, spins to the 25. Douglas Dentistry getting their money's worth on this drive for the Templars. That's another first down for Manti. Probably their most methodical drive we've seen today, Greg.
By far, yeah. And that's a pass play right there that's almost like that shovel pass that they've ran so many times. Just instead of to Talapapa, you're doing to the slot receiver coming across.
Now a give to Talapapa. He's going to push forward and keeps the legs turning. Looked like it wasn't going to be much. Gets 2.5, maybe 3 on first down.
Talked about it all year, how Talapapa delivers punishment when he runs. He will lower the shoulder. He's not afraid of punishment. He will deliver it to a linebacker.
Trips left, single right for Mason. Talapapa the back, 3:26 to go in the 3rd. It's going to be an option read for Carter, and no, just did not develop the way they were hoping. Carter loses a yard. 3rd down and 8 coming up.
Yeah, you hate to be behind the sticks on any play against this Morgan team. You do have 2 more plays here in 4-down territory, and they'll mark that 2 yards back, clear back to the 24.
3rd down and 9. Again, you got 2 plays to get this in, and I think both those plays probably being given to Carter right now on the sideline.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Play clock, at 17 as he comes back to the huddle. Going to have to go here. Play clock at 12. Templars huddle. Break quickly. Play clock at 9. At 8. With 6. With 4. 3. 2. Carter gets the snap off. Fires one-on-one with Mortensen. Ball's there, and Stone's just driven into the ground, and a flag comes in from the far official.
Yeah,
that's the correct call, but the near side official did not throw his flag. Wow.
Yeah, and that's what the Morgan players are talking to that official about, saying, why are you throwing it from clear over here? But that's obviously the right call. I mean,
can't drive a guy into the ground like that.
Yeah, and not look for the ball even.
Well, and part of this, too, when you look at it, in the high school level, pass interference, catchable is not even in the question. You can't simply be interfered with, period.
That's true. Yep, that's true.
And that plays a factor in this. This isn't, maybe at the NFL level or the college you can argue, was that a catchable ball?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yep.
Trojan fans don't like it. Welcome to football. It'll be a half the distance to the goal as Manti gets the first down.
And I don't know what they're upset about. If it's just the fact that it was the other official, It looked very similar to that one in the first half that was called against Manti here on this other side. But here we go, first down for the Templars.
At the 12-yard line, 13-yard line, Mason takes a snap, takes a shot for Henningsen. Jaden's there. Jaden turns and just threw his hands. Incomplete.
He wasn't looking for that at all, and it still hit his hands.
Yeah.
That's where Carter Mason put that one. Watch this replay, how it was right on the hands of Jaden Henningsen, just didn't find it. I think he might have been able to pull that down.
2nd down and 10. Manti can still get a first down inside the 3. As the Carter gets the play call in from the sideline here with 20 seconds on the play clock. 2:29 on the game clock with it being stopped after the incompletion. Templars break the huddle. Trips to the left. 2 receivers right. Talapapa is the slot. Henningsen the left slot. Talapapa comes in motion. Mason takes the snap. Carter surveys, now scrambles to his right. Carter going to get a hold call here either way, no matter how this turns out. Has Pringle open. Ty makes the catch, but this is not going to stand as there was a clear as day hold in the backfield.
That's weird. Usually when there's a penalty like that, you'll see the fans still cheer, not realizing. I don't think there's a person in this place that didn't know what this is coming. Didn't really matter. It didn't really matter what happened there because that's obviously a holding.
Even Ty Pringle, when he caught it, I think knew there was some laundry. So
yeah.
So 2nd and 10 now becomes 2nd down and 20 for Manti. And they played pretty clean. That first quarter, a lot of penalties, Greg. Both teams had played pretty cleanly up to this point.
Yeah.
Following. So 2nd and 20 here for Manti. See what Carter comes out with here. You got 3 plays to get 20 yards.
The one thing there is you save the down if you're the Templars.
Sure.
Because if that hold wouldn't have happened, Carter Mason would have had to either throw that thing away or he would have been sacked. So because that D end was coming.
Single receiver left. It's Pringle. Mason screen tipped at the line of scrimmage. number 8, Bridger Ostrander, coming up. They've read that so well this afternoon, Greg. So well.
Yeah, and it looks like, I was just watching that replay, it looked like Talatapapa might have had a little bit of room if that pass would have just been a little bit higher and not knocked down. But you got to hand it to Bridger Ostrander to come from his linebacker position and knock that one down.
3rd down and 20, 2:17 to go in quarter number 3. The Manti offense and this team has been resilient all afternoon long. Can they get it here on 2 downs? 2 to either side for Carter. Takes the snap. Mason fires quickly. It's high and incomplete, intended for fouls. So now you get 4th and 20, and you're essentially taking a shot at the end zone here.
You're just trying to go to the end zone. And the thing about that is if you could have got half of it or so, it sure would have opened up your playbook a little bit. And Trevor Fowles has been pretty sure-handed this year. So surprising to see that one. We'll see what they were able to dial up here on 4th. Huge play for both teams.
2:14 to go in the 3rd. This is the play of the game so far right here.
Yeah, for sure.
4th down. 4th down and 20. Need to get inside the 3. The Morgan faithful loud right beneath our booth. Mason with 2 to either side takes the snap. Trojans only rush 3. Carter running, fires for the end zone. Man is running there, and it is intercepted in the end zone. Probably would have been better to drop it. Either way, it's going to be out at the 20. The Trojans stand tall. The holding call looms large, and Morgan gets a massive stop here in the 3rd quarter.
It's that 33 that ended up getting it. Let's see that replay here.
So.
I want to give credit Miller Beardall.
Yes, sir.
Stone Mortensen coming across, trying to pick that, or trying to step in front of that one. And if that play ball would have been just a little bit more to the right, you might have had a little bit of time there for Stone. But Beardall, great interception, gives the ball back to his offense.
Trips right, single left now for Sheffield. Man comes in motion. It's a handoff to Korth. Korth with a huge hole right side. Ball comes out, and the Templars pick it up.
Trace
Justison. Wow, Morgan had all momentum.
Oh, boy.
Unbelievable.
Drew Korth has a good run out there, over 10 yards, going to give him a 1st down.
I want to say Talatapapa forced that.
And Trace Justison there, never even touches the ground. Trace just picks that one up out of the air and gives it back to his offense to try and tie this one up. What a game. What a game this is.
I like coming here. I like Manti Morgan matchups at this stadium.
We've had some fun up here, haven't we?
Oh. So Templars get it back, 1st and 10 at the Morgan 34. See how momentum shifts here, Greg, because that is fascinating. Mason trips left, single receiver right. Carter takes the snap. Plenty of time. Rolls to his right now, scatters back to his left. Carter pointing, fires deep. He's going to take a shot, and it is that picked back off? It is. My goodness, 3 turnovers in 3 plays from scrimmage. Morgan's going to be pinned now inside their 2. What is this game?
Wow. And you see Trevor Fowles that time trying to go up and knock that one away again like he did earlier in this quarter, and just not able to do it that time, trying to get that number. Let's see if we can see that.
23, 27.
27 out there. That's Jake Hansen.
Who's had a game.
Yeah, with the interception, gives the ball back to his offense inside the 5-yard line.
We've got a flag out here.
Okay.
And an injured, we got an injured Templar as well. Didn't know that.
No,
that's a Trojan. That's a Trojan. Wow. So we'll see what the call is here. And it's a hold on Manti that's going to end up being clearly declined given the result of the play. So we'll take a timeout with the Trojan player out injured on the field. And I don't know that the officials know that there's an injured player. They're walking over like they're ready to resume play. There's an injured player.
Yeah, Templars are going to go off the field to notify them, if you will.
We'll take it as well on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports. Nope, we're going to keep it here. Keep it here. Player is up. That is number 21. That went down for Morgan.
Carter Mybos. I think I'm saying that right.
That's how I would pronounce it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm and by the way, I'm no pronunciation expert. Let's make that very clear.
I think you do a pretty darn good job, buddy. No Gary Chittister on those Snow College games with the Polynesian names that he has to. He's an expert at that. But.
You know, when people ask me, when I did a year internship with Greg Wrubell, and people ask me, what did you learn most from him? Preparation was number one. And part of that, making sure you pronunciate names right. Because sure, BYU gets a lot of Polynesian guys.
Yeah.
And if I said a name wrong at training camp, asking Greg about him, I was corrected instantly. He knew every player's pronunciation at fall camp. Anyway, first down and 10 inside the 5 for the Trojans. Run up the middle, and it's a decent run on first down. Going to get a couple for Morgan. And that will be 4 yards. Second down and 6 coming up, and good run from Korth.
Yeah, just get out of the shadow of your end zone. Just try and get out there a little bit. Trips to the short side of the field for the Trojans.
Always interesting when you see that. Now Gilson comes in motion. It's going to be a run again to Korth. And Korth tripped up. It's going to be very little.
4 guys to bring him down, doesn't it? You know, you're watching him from our perspective, and you think he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and then he makes a couple guys, breaks a couple of tackles, and gets back to the line of scrimmage.
2 receivers to either side now. Big third down for the Manti defense here. 3rd and 5. Clap of the hand, Sheffield rolls, fires, has a man open, it's caught. And a good tackle by Stone Mortensen, but not before Ben Russell gets the first down and moves the sticks for Morgan.
Yeah, and if that linebacker for the Templars just comes out just a little bit more and gets in that window, that doesn't happen. But it's tough for Stone Mortensen to keep him in front and make an attack on that ball when it's delivered so well by Beck Sheffield.
2 to the left, 1 to the right, single tight end here for Sheffield. Under a minute to play here, quarter number 4. It's a handoff. Korth bouncing off. Lincoln Alder brings him down. If there's a guy to bring him down on his own, it's Lincoln, and it's a loss for Korth. Second and long. It's a loss of 3, maybe 4 yards, Greg.
Haven't seen a lot of losses by Drew Korth today, and as you mentioned, Lincoln Alder just tears him down.
That's a loss of 3, maybe 4. Second down and long coming up. They'll go single receiver right, 2 left, single tight end with a back. Gilson goes in motion. And this play is going to be blown dead, which is unfortunate because the ball ended on the ground for Manti. Oh, the Templars jumped off sides again. Wow. 3rd time tonight, or this afternoon.
Wow, and like you said, there was a fumble in the backfield there if that play wouldn't have been blown dead. But Templars giving free yardage to Morgan. I mean, just they're too good of a team to be able to do that.
Yep.
And I couldn't tell, I didn't watch that replay here. Was that lined up offsides or did somebody jump?
I would say lined up. Okay. I didn't see a jump early. So 2nd and 8 after a gain of 5 on the penalty. Morgan goes. Now so there you go.
Just give it right back.
Evens out.
15.
Yeah. Funny how that works. So the false start now remains 2nd and 13. The receiver went. You don't see receivers go early a lot. It's usually a lineman that moves. But in this case for Morgan, receiver to the far side. So they'll now go 2 to either side again. We got a stoppage of play. Oh, it's the end of the quarter. Well, there you go. That'll do it. End of 3. Morgan 35, Manti 28. 1 more quarter, folks, and what's been a thrilling semifinal matchup. 4th quarter next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
Looking for the perfect color for your next paint project? Hermanson's Hardware in Ephraim has your solution. With their state-of-the-art color matching equipment and over 350,000 colors, anything is possible. Bring Hermanson's any size sample or your favorite Pinterest pin and they can scan or match across all brands of paint. They've successfully matched paint colors from pillows, stucco, rock, paint cans, signs, plants, and more. Their high-quality finishes from Pratt & Lambert and Best Look will give you the professional results you're looking for. Don't put off those paint projects any longer. Drop by Hermanson's Hardware in Ephraim. It's how going to a hardware store should be.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, Sanpete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
4th quarter underway. Your scoreboard tonight. I have not done an afternoon game all year, my friend. It is still afternoon. This afternoon, your scoreboard brought to you by our friends at CO Building Systems. Roof and wall panels and all the trimming at the best prices anywhere. That's CO Building. 35-28. Morgan still with a 7-point lead. Manti blocked a punt, returned it for a score. Morgan marched down and scored. Templars then trading turnovers back and forth between the two. 2nd down and long, a run right side, or left side, excuse me, for Korth. He gets the 3 yards back, so now 3rd down and 10. Manti's defense has been stout here. Can they stay stout for another down? Big 3rd down. Trojans will go 2 to either side. Again, the no huddle's been a theme for both teams today. Sheffield claps the hands. Templars bring 4. Olsen gets there. Throw over the middle. It's caught. Gilson's got it at the 40. Makes a man miss. 45-50. Cuts back upfield. 45-40 of Manti. Forced out of bounds near the 35.
Wow. What a play by Lincoln Gilson. And it's one of those where they stack the opposite side and leave that wide side of the field to a guy like Lincoln Gilson to just drag across the middle, and the defenders for the Templars aren't able to keep up with him. And then he does it all on his own when he gets into Templar territory down to the 33.
First down inside the Manti 35 to the 33. Play the game, play the day so far, honestly.
49-yard play down to the 33.
Man in motion. It's a give up the middle to Korth. Korth breaking some tackles, staying on his feet inside the 20, 15-yard line. And down goes Korth, who's just been a hammer, to put it in one word, for the Trojans today. Down to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 Morgan with a 7-point lead, looking to get this back to 14. It was 14 at halftime. Manti tied it with the block punt. Then Morgan retook the lead, trying to extend it here. Sheffield looking to get a play call in. 2 receivers left, 1 right for Sheffield. Claps, give Korth, right side off tackle, plenty of room. Brought down from behind by Papa inside the 10, but it's a good gain of 8, maybe 9 on first down.
Had this in a few drives for Morgan, both in the second quarter and in that third quarter, and now here in the fourth, where Manti's doing really well. Hold them to third down, and then they get a big play, and then it's just chunk right after that.
2 to the left, single tight end. Man comes in motion. Gilson gets it. Follows that lead blocker, tripped up, and he's down inside the 5, but it is good for another first down for Lincoln Gilson. Remember, he got hurt early, Greg. Has looked still just as quick and shifty and good as he is.
Yeah, great drive for him, for sure.
Gilson comes in motion. It's a handoff right side, looks to fall for it. Templars do a good job, but he reaches out at the last second and is in. What an effort from Lincoln Gilson. Trojans make it a 2-score game with the PAT pending.
It's been a story of the game today for Morgan. You get hit and you don't go down. You get hit and you fall forward. And right there, Lincoln Gilson did just that. Just needed 3 yards there. He gets hit right at the line of scrimmage, is able to fall forward, get that ball across, and get it into the end zone.
10 minutes remaining in this game. Still plenty of time if you're Manti, but these seconds are going to add up in a hurry. Down 2 scores. Extra point coming here. Snap, good. Hold, good. Kick, also good. And into the field next door. So we'll take a quick break. It's Morgan 42, Manti 28, 10 minutes and 1 second remaining in the fourth quarter on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
Eco-Life. This is Lydia Thompson with Eco-Life. Cooler weather is coming and winter is right around the corner. I'm sure you're excited to curl up with a blanket, cozy in your home on a cold day. The problem is, so are the bugs. Keep spiders out of your house this winter. Call or text us today at 435-283-6002. Again, that's 435-283-6002 to spray your home and keep it bug-free this winter.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back. It's Morgan 42, Manti 28, 10 minutes and 1 second remaining in this one. Still a lot of time, Greg, but Templars' time is still of the essence as we are in the fourth quarter.
Yes, Templars just with the 1 touchdown here, just on special teams. The offense have been shut down a little bit. They did have that nice long drive, 12-play drive there in the third quarter, but weren't able to come away with any points. They need one of those, not necessarily the length of the drive, but they got to get down into Morgan territory, give themselves a chance to cut this to a 1-score game.
Trojans to send deep. Manti's got 2 guys back deep. This will go high. Fouls to field at the 13. Trevor Fowles, who's been very good tonight, does get past the 25 again to the 27. 1st and 10 Templars. Big offensive series here for Manti. Down 2 scores. Been defying the odds all day, honestly, the way this game has gone.
Absolutely. And Manti's got the offense that they can work the way down their field and get it into the end zone. Cut this to a 1-score game. Obviously throwing the ball, that run game or the short passing game has been effective today. If I'm If I'm looking at Stone Mortensen on the outside, no safety over the top, do I try and take one deep to him?
2 to either side for Carter Mason. Single back. He brings Henningsen in motion. Carter takes the snap. It's a design roll to his right. Carter running, is going to become a runner. No one picked him up. Carter Mason scampers out of bounds. Gain of 8, maybe 7 on 1st down and 10. Good run from Carter.
Yeah, it looked like that was a run pass option. I don't know that was set up to run. It looked like he was looking down the field, nothing available. Defensive backs running down the field, so you're just going to take it yourself and get 5-6 yards on 1st down.
2nd down and 4. Trips to the left. Gets rid of it quick to Henningsen. Had a good block. It got shed quickly as Jaden falls forward. Maybe a half a yard. I think they're going to say no gain. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, good. Well read by Morgan that time on the outside. Just shedding that block. Yeah. Well, that's Age.
No, that's Bridger Ostrander. My apologies.
Ostrander just getting off of that block from Trevor Fowles and stepping up to make a play. If he wouldn't have, that would have been fighting for the sticks for Henningsen at least.
3rd and 4. Trips right, single receiver left, single back for Mason. Carter takes the snap. 4-man rush. It's a double screen inside. Pringle makes the guy miss, but just doesn't fall forward. You fall forward. That's a 1st down, Greg.
Yeah, I don't know why he was going backwards that time. It looked like if he would have just stayed going forward, he would have got enough for the sticks.
Templar offense stays out there. They're not messing around here. 4th and 1. They've converted already. Mason's in the shotgun. Now comes to the line of scrimmage. Is going to lose the football, pick it up, run to his right, looks to make another guy miss, looks to fall forward, and I don't think he ever did. Where the official standing, though, would signal 1st down. This is monumental.
Yeah, and they're marking that right on
1st down. Wow.
How many times was Carter Mason down there? Right there, he gets away from 2. Watching this replay here, right there, he gets away from 1.
Spins, that spin and where the ball was. That's actually a really good spot. Wow, Templars will go quick here. Empty set. Mason pumps. Carter rolls. Now looking to run around. Carter loads up and just throws this nowhere.
Yeah, out of the pocket. He can throw that one away.
And it was well beyond the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So 2nd down coming up. Boy, Carter running for his life these last 2 plays. As he had Nicholas Priest right in his lap.
Yeah, a couple of Trojans getting up a little bit slower, and so Coach Barlow is going to have to call a timeout for the Trojans.
We'll take it as well on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
Want to save money on your internet bill? Who doesn't? You now can save big with a new referral program from MTCC. You can now get a $5 monthly credit for each of your friends who sign up for Fiber Fast Internet or MTCC TV for as long as they remain a customer. Get 10 friends and you get a $50 credit every month for as long as they remain a customer. Now that's savings. Visit manta.com/bringafriend or call or text 435-835-2929 for details. Some restrictions apply. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back. It's 8:37 to go in quarter number 4. Morgan 42, Manti 28. First time the Trojans have used a timeout. Not at the end. Obviously, they used a few at the end of the half strategically. But, yeah, had a couple guys coming up. I don't know if it was gassed or just took some shots from the O-line. I don't know. You know, it's part of the game. We're in the 4th quarter. It's been a hard-fought game. Manti's offense remains out. 2nd down and 10. 2 receivers to either side for Carter Mason. Carter, shotgun. Takes a snap, play fake. Pressure comes, pocket holds now. Carter decides to become a runner again. Cuts back upfield. Oh my goodness, just takes a shot after gaining 5 yards. So a good gain from Carter. Takes some punishment for it. 3rd down and 5. Coming up next.
Yeah, like you said, he took a little bit of punishment there, but did good things. 5-yard gain there on 2nd down.
Wasn't afraid of it.
But took a shot. Took a shot. Those Morgan Trojans loaded up on him that time. He pops right back up, though.
3rd down and 5. Trips right. Single left. Single back for Carter Mason. Carter takes the snap. It's a play fake. Carter pumps. Rolls. Pumps again, running for his life, tripped up and sacked. What a sack coming from behind, the shoestring sack from Bracken Saunders. Literally gets him by his shoe.
Bracken Saunders just staying there in front of him, almost spying him, not letting Carter Mason get down the field, and then he attacks, just gets him there in the backfield. Big play on 3rd down for the Trojans.
4th down, and Manti is now going to take a timeout to talk about this because it's 4th and long. We'll take a break and be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of mind insurance solutions for individuals and businesses so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
42-28, Morgan leads Manti. Fourth down, Templars elect to punt. At least that's the formation that's out here. Carter Mason is the one to do the punts instead of Kellen Lund. Always that threat. So Mason takes a snap, will kick. Takes field at the 24, and a good return for Gilson already. Out to the 45. Templar 40. Probably would have been better just going for it at that point as Gilson turns it out to near the 35. Lincoln Gilson, have yourself a game, young man.
Yeah, boy. And that kick, it just went right to Lincoln Gilson is the thing. He was able to just step right up. He timed that, timed his yardage, if you will, behind the line of scrimmage perfectly. Was able to catch that running and, as you mentioned, get down to almost where Manti kicked from.
Two receivers right, single left, single back with the tight end. The clock is Morgan's friend here with 7:24. It's going to be a jet sweep to the outside, cutting back up field. A good run from Hurd. Gains 3 on first down. So Manti forced him to go back up. The outside was not there. Second down and 7 coming up next. Got to give a quick shout out. My brother-in-law is tuned in. He's going to be having knee surgery next week. Just asked me what special teams was, which is a good question. If you don't watch a ton of football, pretty much, I told him pretty much anytime there's kicking involved. Kickoff, field goal, PAT, punt.
The third part of the game that doesn't get talked about as much.
No.
But it's been a big one here in this half.
Absolutely.
Both ways. 2
to the left, 1 to the right, single back, clap of the hand, Sheffield. It's an odd snap. Gilson just patiently running, was maybe a little too patient there. Manti stops him. Will Osborne got in. It's a short gain on the play. And I should say my brother-in-law's watching for some other reasons too, but we'll leave it at that. 6:23 to go. Got to tease when I can, man. I didn't get to tease my brothers. I got to tease a little bit.
It took me a minute.
Okay. You're looking at me like you're going to look on.
I got it now.
Okay, good. Trips to 2 receivers left, 1 right. Morgan letting this thing milk down.
Yeah.
Down within 10 seconds.
Smart football.
Very smart football. Gilson in motion. It's a give to Korth. He'll go up the middle. And a good run on third down, but not enough for a first. I think you go for it here, Greg. You got a 2-score lead. Yeah. First down, you can keep milking. See what the decision is here, because Morgan's got good kicking. I don't know that they're quite in field goal range yet. So 4th down and 2. Big play here for Manti to try and get a stop. Trips right, single left. First Beck Sheffield. Played a great game today. Claps the hands. Give to Korth. Korth met in the backfield, tripped up. He's not going to get it. The Templars get the stop and have a little bit of life again.
Yeah, that's Colby Simons knifing through the line that time, get the first hit on Korth.
Really the only one, because then he tripped him at the end. There was no other Templar that really came in contact. I mean, Matt Colson was right there.
Yeah,
give Colby some credit.
Colby was 6 tackles there in the first half and got a big one right there to give the ball back to his offense with just over 5 minutes left to go here. 2-score deficit, 42-28 for the Trojans. Got to get a touchdown here for the Templars.
2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers left, single back set for Carter Mason. 5:19 to go here in the 4th. Manti needing points. Mason takes the snap. Pocket collapsing. Carter rolls to his right. Carter on the run. Just taken down again. The Trojan defense has stood their ground in this second half. Carter Mabos. Defense hasn't allowed a point, Greg. It was all special teams.
Yeah, and you know, the defensive lineman is going to get the credit for that sack, but the defensive secondary is so tough. There's just nowhere for Carter Mason to go, and he just can't wait that long. You got to get it off right now.
2nd and 14, in and out of the hands of Henningsen, as that will make it 3rd down. Would have got back to the original line.
Going back to that, you just got to be quick, and Carter Mason did get that one away quick and just hit Jaden Henningsen in the hands and not able to pull that one down. Wouldn't have gained a lot, would have gained a little, but now 3rd down and long makes it tough.
And this is the defense that we've seen all year from Morgan, right? They gave up 21 in the first half. I'm sure there was some real hard conversations going on in the locker room, and they've just continued to adjust. Trips left, single receiver right for Carter on 3rd down and 15. Mason takes a snap. They bring 4. Pocket holds, Carter throws, and there's just no one there. Kind of a mix-up between Stone Mortensen and Trevor Fowles. 4th down. Now it just kind of feels like if you're Manti, you got to go for this.
And I'm seeing, did that ball get tipped? Yeah,
it
got
did.
Tipped as well.
Good
I
eye.
think was that 46 coming through? Talon Smith? I don't think that's who that was. Trying to get that number there. Trying to give him some credit. Oh, is that Nick Priest? Is that just 6? Yeah. Anyway, knocked that pass down, and it was such a slow developing pass anyway. And you just against this Morgan defense, it's hard to have slow developing plays, but you can't have a quick hitter when you have 3rd and forever if you're behind the sticks like this.
2 receivers to either side for Mason. Single back. 4:46 to go. Play clock's at 5. Carter takes it. The ball game essentially here. Mason running out of time. Carter going to fire up, but just not anywhere near the sticks as Henningsen's forced out of bounds. Morgan will take over at 4:40 on the game clock, and this is looking more and more like the Trojans are going to have their revenge from a season ago.
Yeah, 2-score lead, get the stop there on 4th down. Just Carter Mason taking whatever he can, but unfortunately for the Templars, Jaden Henningsen right there against the sideline and gives the ball back to him, really only 2 yards behind where they gave it to the Templars.
Yeah.
And 30 seconds, 40 seconds off the clock is all.
Morgan was very content to take as much time as possible, and I'd imagine you'd expect to see that game reset, both teams with 2 timeouts.
Last time they ran this formation out here, you had Lincoln Gilson coming across the middle.
It's a run to Korth. No, excuse me, I believe Gilson ended up with that one. Good gain on that play, gain of 5. 2nd down coming up. 4:30 left in this ball game. We'll see what the Templars can do defensively here with that clock winding. And let's see, the clock stopped momentarily. Now it's running again. Not sure if there was just a glitch there for a second.
But yeah, so the play clock's only at 15 seconds right now, so you got plenty of time.
Yeah. Let that thing roll.
Yeah, Beck Sheffield, 2nd year as a starter for him. He knows what he's doing. He's going to look at that clock and call for it about now.
It's jet sweep right side, Gilson. Gilson comes up. Good play from Manti as a combination there of Trace Justison, Will Osborne, and Tala Papa.
Yeah, and Will did a good job to stretch that out to the outside. You make Lincoln Gilson keep going outside. Even if you don't make the play, you just make him come to where there's more defenders, and he did a good job that time.
3rd down and 6. It's a short loss for Gilson. 3:30 on the game clock. Play clock still at 20. I mean, you look at the way this Morgan offense is ran. It's ran like a military unit. I mean, just so much well disciplined. Now, he snapped that a little early at 9 seconds as Korth falls forward. Manti elects to use a timeout here. I think that's a good one with 3:11 to go. We'll take it and be right back. More 4th quarter action next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
3:11 left here in the 4th quarter. Manti uses their 2nd timeout. It's 4th down, and I think if you're Morgan, again, don't have a lot to lose here. Why not go for it?
Yeah, and just controlling the clock like they need to. Here in this 4th quarter, Manti had it 2.5 minutes. Manti had it 40 seconds. So they've had it about 3 minutes and 10 seconds of the 9 minutes of this 4th quarter so far.
Wow. 2 trips left, 1 right, single back for Sheffield. And now Morgan sees something. They want to take a timeout. We'll take one as well here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, teamhive.live.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor. And the potential to take you anywhere.
Get 0% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days. Or get $6,350 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
3:11 left here in the fourth quarter. Nothing changed from that, from timeout to timeout there. Morgan now down to 1 timeout.
Kind of more of a boring quarter, really, as for the action-packed.
Sure.
The first few quarters.
It's been a much more strategic quarter.
But if you're Morgan,
you're thrilled.
That's kind of what you want.
You're thrilled.
You're happy. This is just, you got a 2-score lead. You're okay. Boring. That's fine. We'll get out of here with a boring fourth quarter win.
Trips left, single receiver right for Sheffield. Single back is Korth on 4th and 4. Sheffield to pass, does so. It's Hurd, and Hurd is not going to get there. Manti gets the stop again. Templars take over with 3:05 left in a timeout. So what you're going to need, touchdown, extra point, onside kick, touchdown, extra point at this point if you're Manti. Colby Simons shot out of a cannon there.
Colby Simons and Will Osborne making good plays out on the outside to give the ball back to their offense. Give yourself just a chance.
This might sound a little critical of me, but I haven't loved Morgan's 4th down play calls I don't like a bubble screen on 4th and 4. I like a throw it at the sticks.
And they've been able to throw it downfield. Why not throw it downfield? Yeah.
That's getting picky, but empty set here. Throw to the outside. It's caught Stone Mortensen. Stone scampers out of bounds. A good gain on 1st down. Stops the clock at 3 minutes.
Yeah, good gain and gets out of bounds, as you mentioned. Take over, 3 minutes. Clock stops. If you're Morgan, you're kind of okay with that too, though. That's my point of that is you're kind of okay if you want to just get 5-6 yards down the field, you're okay with that.
4 receivers left, single receiver right. Mason takes the snap. They're only bringing 3. Carter rolls to his right, now is going to become a runner and just goes down. It's a loss. No, excuse me, short gain. Very short gain, minimal
but the
gain.
Clock keeps running. That one, and that one, Carter Mason just slipped. There's nothing you can do there, but you'd almost rather him incomplete pass there. Stop the clock.
3rd down and a long 2, make it 3. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Talapapa in motion. Fakes the jet sweep. It's a run right up the middle for Mason. Carter's got some room and then goes down, gets the 1st down. That'll temporarily stop the clock here. Manti will go no huddle.
Yeah, nice run there by Carter Mason, and I guarantee he wouldn't have went down like that if he wasn't the quarterback. He doesn't ever do that, but now that he's the quarterback, that's smart.
2 to the left, 2 to the right, single back. Mason takes the snap, has time, only rushing 3. Carter rolls to his right, good coverage, fires over the middle of the field, dangerous throw, nearly picked off. Falls incomplete, 2nd down with 2:12 remaining.
Yeah, Carter did a good job that time just rolling right, trying to let something develop and just nothing happening. Good defensive back play again by the Morgan Trojans. That's been a theme here of this second half is defensive back play for Morgan. Couple interceptions. Just they've done a really good job. Beardall, Jake Hansen.
Yeah. And I say the offenses ran almost like in a militant way. The defense, you could say the same thing. It's just the program, right?
Yeah.
A lot of accountability, a lot of discipline. Play clock at 5. Henningsen gets set. Mason takes the snap at 3 seconds. Morgan bring in a few extra. He throws. Caught right at the sticks. Stone Mortensen. Forward progress gives him a 1st down. A good catch from Stone. Morgan doesn't like it, but forward progress, he was there.
You had 2 different Templar receivers, right, in that same exact route. You don't see that very often for them.
Approaching 2 minutes. Mason takes the snap. It's a give. Talapapa, big hole up the middle for Tala. So he lowers the shoulder and gains 8. Manti continues to go no huddle here. Minute 53 on the clock. Didn't get the 1st down, so it will continue to wind. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Single back for Mason. Carter takes the snap. Quick hitter to the outside. Stone Mortensen gets it and loses the football. It's on the ground. It's still on the ground, and I think Carter Mason was able to get to it, so Manti actually ends up losing yards.
Wow.
You had a 1st down. Ball keeps going backwards.
And the clock keeps going.
Yeah.
Right there, I was thinking, Stone, just get out of bounds right there. Stop the clock. Give yourself a chance. But big hit there by the big number 45 for Morgan, Jason Nye.
3rd down and 5. Minute 15 to go. Mason trips left. Single right. Back to and brings 3 over the middle. Mortenson's got the catch and the first down. Clock will momentarily stop at the 25 with 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining. Manti again continues to go no huddle here. Trips, or 2 to either side now for Mason. Minute officially left in this one. Carter takes the snap. Pump's going to go to the end zone. Ty Pringle's there. Ty going up and in and out of his hands. Well covered in the defensive backfield. Number 33 for the Morgan Trojans with a nice PBU.
Miller Beardall that time. He's the one that got that interception earlier. Great defense there.
2nd down and 10. Clock stops at 53 seconds. And I kind of think you're taking end zone shots here. I mean, time is what it is. So.
Just giving yourself a shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crazier things that have happened. You know, if you can get it into the end zone, get an onside kick, give yourself a shot at least.
So here we go, 2 to either side for Carter. Single back is Talapapa. Henningsen moves a little in motion to the left. Snap Mason. It's a bubble to Pringle. Ty gets it, has some blocks, and goes down without getting the first down. It's a gain of 7, and now Manti not using. They've got a timeout in their pocket. I would use it here. They elect not to. 38 seconds. Manti looks to get reset. Mason, 2 to either side, takes the snap. Carter dancing, rolls to his right. Going to load and throw over the middle. Caught by Mortensen. He's got the first down, and the clock will stop at 22 seconds now. I would have used that timeout after that tunnel screen.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, and you got a Trojan defender down right now, it looks like, so that will stop the clock.
Yeah.
Down to the 11 for the Templars. Well, say 12 maybe.
Yeah. We'll take a. Oh no, he's hopped back up and is heading off. We won't take the timeout. So we got 22 seconds left. You need a touchdown, extra point, onside kick, touchdown, extra point to force overtime.
30 seconds ago, I said stranger things have happened.
It would be a really strange thing.
Now you're getting in this. That's a strange thing.
You're getting into upside down Hawkins, Indiana strange things at this point.
Wow. Okay. Couple guys behind us laughing. So.
Well, you know, they released the names of the episodes this week for the final season.
Oh, okay.
Left some intrigue out there. Mason to pass. Carter dancing, has all kinds of time. Going to fire for the back of the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. Jaden Henningsen makes the catch with 5 seconds. And there's a flag. They're going to say an illegal shift on Manti, so take it off the board. I believe that's the call I saw from the official. Let's see here.
Yeah, so that.
Yeah, that negates it, and that negates really any chance at this point.
Ran a lot of clock off on that one too. Yeah, I think there was 22 seconds. The clock stopped after the injured player got up. And are the Templars going to take one more timeout? Is that what we're seeing?
Looks like it. We'll take it as well on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live.
For a wonderful shopping experience with quality and customer service that's second to none, visit Gunnison Market. The meat department carries the highest quality of meat in the United States, certified Angus beef, while the deli offers delicious made-from-scratch crab salad, coleslaw, and high-quality Columbus meats with no preservatives. The bakery features custom cakes for any occasion, cookies, rolls, and tasty donuts made fresh daily. For good old-fashioned friendly service, come see the difference at Gunnison Market in Gunnison.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Wrapping this one up with 5 seconds. Manti's got a play left essentially here. Get it in the end zone one more time before you end your season.
42-28, make it a one-score game. Looks better on paper.
Morgan has not allowed 28 points in a game this year, so clearly haven't gotten to that 30 mark. Make them get it 30. 2 to either side for Mason. Final play of the game. Carter going to step up. He's going to try and run it. Carter looking to evade, heads to the corner, and he's forced out short. So that will end it. Morgan Trojans headed back to the state championship. Another phenomenal season for the Manti Templars. Gave Morgan everything they had in a game that many would not have expected to have gone this way. Phenomenal football game. We'll wrap it up with our Sunrise Engineering postgame show coming up next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
From sales to service and repair, we do it all. We're Skyline Motorsports. We service and repair all makes and models with the best mechanics in the valley. We'll fix you up and get you back on your way at an honest, fair price. Doesn't matter if it's your side-by-side, ATV, street bike, dirt bike, snowmobile, or your everyday yard work machines. Check out SkylineMotorsports.com. Then come see us on Highway 89, 1 mile south of Fairview. Give us a call at 427-3900. Skyline Motorsports.
I'm J.L. Larson.
And I'm Sarah Larson.
And we're the owners and operators of Freedom Ford in Gunnison, Utah. We've been in business now for 38 years. Of those 38 years, we've done business with Utah Heritage Credit Union for over 20 of them. Even our kids have savings accounts there.
Utah Heritage is a great staple to Sanpete County. Homegrown credit union here that has helped, I believe, thousands of families throughout the valleys.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
When you need title work, title insurance, and escrow service, remember the experts at Central Utah Title in Manti. Whether you need residential, commercial closing, mortgage refinance, FHA, VA, or conventional loans, mortgage assumption, and cash transactions, consider Central Utah Title. Serving South Central Utah since 1983, 140 North Main Street in Manti for security and peace of mind in all your transactions.
This is Dave from the Manti branch, and at Zions Bank, we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. And with the branch right around the corner and the convenience of online and mobile banking, we're here for you, wherever you are. For all your personal and business banking needs, come visit us and let us show you how Zions Bank is for you.
Clean Cut Roofing and Siding.
Have you seen my turtle?
How would I know where your turtle is?
You always say you have something for everyone.
Since 2003, you get peace of mind every time with Clean Cut Roofing and Siding. Call 435-462-2160.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Sunrise Engineering, serving communities like yours all over the western United States. That's Sunrise Engineering. Your final score, Morgan 42, Manti 28. A scoreless opening quarter, Greg. And then the floodgates opening in quarter number 2. 7 total touchdowns, 49 points
in that second quarter.
And what did we end up at? 70 for the game?
Yeah.
So 49 of the 70 come. Manti's only score was on this block punt that you just saw.
In the second half.
And then for Morgan, a couple of good touchdown drives, and then just Morgan smartly using clock. Defended really well. Manti not expecting this today. We talked about in the pregame how dominant the Trojans have been all season long. Gave up 3 points in region play in 5 region games, including to a team that beat Manti earlier in the season. So it made you, and those games are so long ago, and teams evolve and change, right? You don't love to make those comparisons, but at the same time, a lot of things for Manti to leave with their heads held high. You never want to. Only one team ends the season happy, and that's part of the brutality of sport.
Yeah.
And. Templars have a lot of things to be happy about, though, following this game.
Can't hang your head if you're a Templar fan, Templar player out there. Yeah, you gave Morgan the best game they've had all year, other than that Idaho team.
Yeah.
Played them pretty close. But for any Utah team, regardless of size, gave them a great game. They were in it. That's a game. It was 28-28 there in the third quarter, and then Morgan just did what they did and scored the last 2 touchdowns. But got to hand it to that Templar coaching staff and that team.
Absolutely.
Did great things.
Absolutely. Once again, your final score here, Morgan 42, Manti 28. Trojans will advance back to the state championship game where they won it all 2 years ago down at Utah Tech. They'll have a chance at another title this weekend or next weekend down in Cedar City as the state championships being held back at SUU. Looking at the next game coming up before we wrap this one up for 3A tonight, should say. The winner of Richfield and Grantsville has the Trojans. Trojans already beat Grantsville early. Richfield is undefeated for the second straight regular season, back in the semis. So
24 straight wins for the Wildcats. 24 straight wins.
That's
longest in the state right now.
Not a number you bat your eyes at by any means. So something that is rather impressive. So let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Give away first our MTCC player of the game. MTCC has the internet speed that you need with speeds from 25 megabits to 1 gigabit and beyond. Check them out at manti.com and get the speed that you need. MTCC powered by Centricom. Greg, let's play Guess Who's in Greg's Head. It's always a fun segment. It's always a fun segment.
This was a tough one today. This was a real tough one.
I know you struggle. I've been seeing the struggle on the sideline.
Yeah, I think we're going to go with Tala Papa on this one.
Yeah.
Had that long 56-yard touchdown pass to start the game there in that second quarter. Was it the first play of the second quarter? I think it was. Yeah, first play of the second quarter. He had a 3-yard touchdown run later on in the second quarter to make the score 28-21. So we're going to go with Tala. Just a junior. Tala Papa will be back. He's the leading tackler for the Templars this year, and he's going to be back next year doing big things for them again.
Absolutely.
So he was the leading tackler tonight as well, so you could give him our defensive player of the game too, but he's going to get the player of the game. 15 total tackles for Tala Papa tonight.
Is there something I missed? I'm kidding. I'm very much kidding here. We have another player of the game. I'm not forgetting again. Our defensive player of the game, brought to you by nobody, as to quote Ernie Johnson on that. But our anonymous donor, McDonald's gift card. Players going to be loving it. We were loving it from who tonight, Greg, or this afternoon?
Been debating on two guys.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call on my anonymous donor to give it to both of them. And I know he's going
to be okay with
or
that.
They will.
Yeah.
We're going to give it to both Colby Simons, 12 tackles tonight for Colby. Did a great job. Did the senior linebacker. He's played different positions throughout his years at Manti. Moved to an offensive line position just this year. Was a stalwart on the offensive line. Did great things for the Templars. And then at middle linebacker as well. 12 tackles for him. We're also going to go Trace Justison as another one. So both of those guys are going to be our anonymous donor defensive player of the game for the Templars. Just looking at some of these stats real quick that Brad James got into us.
Yeah.
Carter Mason had 19 carries. He gained 73 yards, lost 35 being the quarterback. Ended up with 38 total yards. And then he threw for 272 yards, 27 of 51 in his second start with one touchdown, 272 total yards. Ty Pringle with 9 catches for 147 yards and a touchdown, just a junior. Carter Mason that I just mentioned, just a junior.
Yes.
Stone Mortensen, 8 catches, 82 yards.
Just a junior.
Just a junior. Tala Papa, 4 for 77, just a junior. Bringing a lot of guys back. Will the Templars be? That's offensive stats for the Templars, and you got to hand it to Morgan here. Drew Korth, 129 yards on the game, on the ground today, 27 carries. That's been something all year for the Templars, guys. What do you call them? Bellwether back or something?
Bell cow back.
Bell cow back.
Yeah.
There you go. Bell cow back. And those type of guys have hurt the Templars a lot this year. Drew Korth was another one. 129 yards. Lincoln Gilson had 150 yards receiving. Beck Sheffield 288 passing yards. That's what I got for you.
Yeah.
Tanner Wilkinson, I'll turn it back to you.
We're going to say goodbye to our friends in Radio Land for a few hours. We'll be back over on KSVC for Richfield, Grantsville later. But up next, it's 8-man football right here on Team High. We're about 23 minutes away from kickoff. I'm going to take a much-needed break. That was a long game. There was a lot of action. The fourth quarter might have seemed a little anticlimactic for some people. Climactic? Did I say that? I don't know. This is why I need a break. So we're gonna take it. Say so long, Greg, my friend. Always a pleasure to finish another football season with you. Hoops is next. My bread and butter.
Do you know what's next? Wait, is this our final words?
Yeah.
Go Cougs.
That's all. I'm not saying anything. I've made a commitment not to say a word this week.
I've made some of our listeners mad with that, but
sure.
I do not care.
Sure. Sure. You can see my screensaver right now. BYU just released it yesterday, so there you go. That wraps it up here. Your final score, Morgan 42, Manti 28. The Trojans advance to the state championship. Manti with another phenomenal season under head coach Fred Takiaho. Let's wrap this up. You're once again here from Harriman. You've been watching and listening to high school football. A big shout out to our whole Team Hive crew. So many guys to thank, and we'll get to that as the games continue on. Big thanks again to you, Greg Sterner, and my name is Tanner Wilkinson. So long and good afternoon, folks, from Harriman, Utah. We'll be right back on TeamHive.live. So long from Radioland.